Hey people, we got ourselves a series. Hey, Knicks were trying to go on that 15-game winning streak, but it's all good, man. Knicks are still in good position. Not the way we wanted to see it go. Disappointing loss, but let's get into it, all right? New York came into this one coming back home to Madison Square Garden for Game 3. And look, Knicks were leading. We're leading 2-0 in this series, entering Game 3 against the San Antonio Spurs. New York looking to continue their winning ways. They went on a 13-game winning streak. They're looking to go on a 14-game winning streak entering tonight's matchup. But the Spurs had different intentions in mind, okay? Starting off, the Spurs were just clicking on all cylinders. New York was just a step slow tonight. Just poor on their rotations, not moving their feet on the defensive end on the defensive side. Things were just getting a little too choppy, man, for New York tonight, man. That's why San Antonio was able to get out to a 12-0 start against New York, man. And then it just was an uphill climb for New York to get back into this one. New York did lead at the end of the half and starting in the third quarter after great efforts by Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, and Josh Hart. Even Jalen Brunson, who was getting it going in the first quarter. But as the third quarter would progress, San Antonio was able to punch back, get into the free throw line. Wemby starting to show what he can do, and then Stephon Castle starting to come through and being that game changer that he was. And then going into the fourth quarter when the Knicks would just continue to inch back, continue to battle and bring this thing back into the balance, it came down to costly turnovers, poor execution, giving the Spurs the opportunity to really take Game 3 and then now make this a series where now it is 2-1 with the New York Knicks still leading, going to Game 4 where they're looking to take it right back and get the advantage back, take back control of the series on Wednesday night. So we'll get into it, man. Disappointing loss. Knicks lose this one 115-111. Tough one as you wanted to go, as I said, on a 14-game winning streak, go 3-0 in the series and really put the Spurs in a difficult place where all hope would be lost. But there's still a chance, people. There's still a chance. Knicks are up 2-1 in the series. Don't lose hope. Don't be too nervous. Don't be afraid. Still a chance, people. There's still a chance. Can't win them all at times, all right? Sometimes it's just what it is, man. Just what it is, all right? Make sure to call in through the Discord tonight. Make sure to we want to hear your takes, man. We want to hear what you thought about tonight's game, even though it was a disappointing one. Want to hear your thoughts and opinions. And make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys and subscribe to the channel so that way we can get out there and know, let the people know, Knicks Nation know that we're here covering this game on the regular, all right? Okay. CK.
My brother.
I could see it in your face, bro, and I'm right there with you.
I'm good. Honestly, I'm good. It's a frustrating loss, right? It's a frustrating loss, but, a lot of things that could have gone wrong went wrong in this game. There's no singular player that I'm pointing the finger at in this game. I just feel like a lot of things that we needed to go right didn't go right, and the San Antonio Spurs did exactly what they were supposed to do. They answered the call, and they had a solid game in the Garden. We could talk about the officiating and stuff like that as well. That's a thing. But I also feel like the Knicks didn't do the best of jobs when we did have some opportunities to get back in this one. I feel like the third quarter was an absolute collapse, and then fourth quarter was what it was. But no, as far as I'm concerned, I'm looking at it and we're up 2-1 in the series. So there's no need for any of us as Knicks fans to be depressed. I don't think we should look at this and be like, "Oh, it's over." If that's how you feel, then you must have become a Knicks fan yesterday. So that's on you. Godspeed to you. But this one's far from over. This is a learning lesson for the New York Knicks. I really wanted that 15, Alex. I wanted us to get to that 14, 15 in a row. But you know what? The bigger deal is getting those 2 more wins and getting the championship. Unfortunately, it won't be by a win streak. Well, it could be because we can win the next 2 in a row. But yeah, honestly, I feel good. I'm okay. I still feel like we can get this one on Wednesday, and then I think it's gonna be a battle on Saturday. But let's get through Wednesday first. A lot of things we got to clean up.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And I see people in the chat saying, "Why am I saying there's still a chance?" Because I'm seeing on social media, man, where people are just already collapsing, man. And it's like we're still up 2-1.
Chat's collapsing right now. There's still people in
And,
the chat collapsing right now.
yeah, man. And look, I'm still believing this team. I'm not worried about this. Look, we were right there for the take in the final minute, man. I'm not worried. These games have been very close. The Knicks are showing that they, even through their sloppy play, that they're able to hang and able to battle and bounce back. Look, tonight it was just turnovers, man, and you saw it in the first half. Just some boneheaded plays, man. And I could think of like, I mean, where do you want to even start? It's like Mikal getting 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, really throwing himself out of rrhythm. You could talk about the turnover by Jordan Clarkson, thinking that he's getting the ball to Josh Hart. You could think about the miscue from Brunson to, I think he was trying to pass to OG. Like, the Knicks were just so off, man. And if you're going to give the Spurs the opportunity to get out and transition and score off your mistakes, then that's what they're going to do. And look, the Knicks had 13 turnovers tonight to the Spurs 8. The Spurs played closest to a perfect game than the Knicks tonight. And look, the Spurs played. This was a really good shot by the Spurs. This was a really good punch by the Spurs. And you see the effort that it took for them just to win by 4 points. They damn near had to play a perfect game. You need a big game from Stephon Castle and Victor Wembanyama tonight. Look, Wemby got 32 points, Castle got 23, and they got everybody else chipping in off the bench. You got some clutch shot making from De'Aaron Fox. You got some good playmaking from good scoring, I should say, from Dylan Harper. And then Champagnie was knocking down threes too. So look, they got what they need tonight in order to win this one. I mean, just tough, man. It's just tough how the cards fell on this one. And Spurs were just executing at a high level. Knicks were just too careless, man. I mean, they really put themselves behind the 8 ball to start this game, where you're not even getting clean offense to start this thing. You know what I mean? And if you're going to have to work, this is the thing. You can't constantly keep playing from behind in these matchups, man. It's just exhausting. It's taxing. And if you're going to constantly do that, it's going to be an uphill challenge at all times. So Knicks got to clean that up. They need to get into better sets. Otherwise, they're going to be facing another uphill battle in Game 4, man. But I'm confident that this Knicks team can go out there and correct themselves. Look, you got a good game from Jalen Brunson. I expect everything to be put for them to have more of a complete game in Game 4. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, I'm more bummed of the wasted OG game. OG was so good today. OG Anunoby was
he was phenomenal, man.
So good today. I'm talking about big shots that were needed from where he was scoring, from how easy it was for him to get to the rim. Like, this was the OG Anunoby I was expecting to get in this series, because no one can guard him on that team. So good today, but it was just so unfortunate that, we just didn't get that full effort from the entirety of the team. My guy Mikal, phenomenal defensively, because, without him, Fox and Harper, they had terrible games thanks to his defense. Highest plus minus on the team, but offensively just a non-factor. 1 for 5 from the field. It seemed like there was times where he could have gone for a shot when Mike Brown put him out there towards the end of the third and beginning of that fourth to try to get some offense, and Bridges was scared to get the offense, so we missed him today. Man, we missed Landry Shamet today. 1 for 8 from the field today, a -20, 5 fouls. It just sucks that a lot of the main guys that we needed to be a factor in this one were non-factors. And that's why I'm not really concerned. That's why I'm not too concerned about taking this L, because like you said, Wembanyama played well for the first time in this series. Wembanyama's had some good stats, but he hasn't been shooting the ball well. Tonight, he shot the ball well. Castle shot the ball well. They did what they were supposed to do, and unfortunately on our side, just our heavy hitters didn't really hit today. OG played great. Brunson, he had a lot of points, but I mean, I wouldn't say he shot tremendously well up until a certain point in the game where we needed him to. Like I said, they got us in our home, and that's what hurts the most. But I got to give props to OG, bro. He was so good today. So
definitely, good. Man. Definitely. He would have been player of the game, man. By how he was trending in that direction. I mean, 28 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 7 from downtown. I mean, clutch shot making. I mean, that 3 just in the fourth quarter was seconds winding down. You thought that's why I was like, oh, there's even there's still a good chance, man. But what really did it was that Castle just prayer of a 3, man, that just hit.
My God.
If that didn't hit, then the Knicks really had a good shot to close that thing. But hey, Castle got the magnet ball tonight. He got the magnet ball, man.
Facts.
He got the magnet ball. Yeah, look, I didn't think it was Brunson's greatest game. I thought it was a good game. I thought he was able to get to his spots better than he had been in games
Right.
1 and
Very
game
true.
2. So that's why I
Very
think it
true.
was a good game for him because he looked more comfortable out there. Just scoring the ball could be better. Absolutely, man. He could be absolutely better. No one can deny that. But look, you can't have 5 turnovers from your point guard into 5 assists. That's not great. I know that. But I think scoring the ball wise, that's really what you want to see. Like I said, man, there was just a lot of errors. I mean, you can go up and down the lineup. I mean, Towns wasn't really effective tonight. Very quiet night from Karl-Anthony Towns. The scoring wasn't there. The punch on the glass just wasn't there. Still did a decent job defending Wemby, but the punch that you really, really needed from him, even as a playmaker, that wasn't there. He had his turnover tonight. Good job defensively by him tonight, but the offense just wasn't there. Hart gave you a really good game. I mean, he was X factoring as you would want Josh Hart to do. I thought Landry Shamet had some tough minutes out there, man. Not a lot of good stuff from Deuce McBride either. It was just a tough night, especially when you get a good night from OG Hart.
That's what I'm saying.
That's tough, man. And just think about it from this way, where Brunson wasn't like I see people in the chat saying Brunson's having a bad series. I wouldn't even say he's having a bad series, man. I wouldn't say he's having a bad series. It's tough. Like, they've been guarding him very well. Bad series would mean like the dude is just like completely like a no-show.
He's just not shooting the ball well. That's what I'm saying.
Like, he was
he
was critical in game 1. He came down the stretch, gave you that stuff. I see people in the chat like want to kill Brunson right now. He gave you a good fourth quarter in that game. He shot well tonight.
Yeah, that's been a mainstream media narrative right now, and unfortunately, I guess the chat's buying in on that. I completely agree. He's not shooting the ball great. If that's the only bad about Brunson in this series. The Spurs, this is, I hate to give them credit today, but that's what they've been doing throughout these playoffs. Ask the MVP of the league. He struggled in their series as well. They have a good defense on what to do against a number one guy in Brunson, especially at the point guard position. But Brunson's still toughing out and making, like Alex just said, big shots throughout this series. Like, mind you, 32 points, all of 44% shooting, 60 from the 3. If the names we just mentioned, if Shamet's shot went down just a little bit better, if Deuce gave us some buckets, Bridges, even Towns, especially Towns, like, this is a completely different conversation. This is we lost by 4.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly what I'm saying. Like,
so, I agree. I don't think Brunson's been bad. I just, he's not shooting great, but I'm saying he's been giving us some great minutes.
I mean, if you want to kill somebody tonight, and it's your guy, actually, like Bridges, if you want to point at somebody, 2 points is just unacceptable from a guy who was just dynamo in game 2. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying Brunson's been fantastic, but I'm not saying he's just been like the worst player on this team either. Like, I think but I can't.
And I don't know if this is the homer or the Mikal Bridges hiving me, but it's hard for me to singularly point at Bridges with Shamet as well, who was just as good.
No, I'm not singularly. I'm not trying to singularly point out at Bridges either.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to say, like, there's a lot of blame to go around tonight.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's why. And that's my thing. That's my thing. I feel like we're gonna go back to regular season pointing fingers at a person, but like, I just feel like there's so many factors in this one that, man, because we lost by 4. This wasn't like they came in here and just absolutely bludgeoned us in this. Like, we lost by 4. If we just had one of those 4 names that we're talking about, just play semi better, we won this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Shamet was 2 for 8 in this game, we might have had a better chance. Bridges had 4 points, 5 points in this game, we might have had a better chance. We just needed one of those other guys to step, because as Alex said, Hart was great for us today in that first half. OG's been fantastic. Brunson, I feel like, did what he was supposed to do. We just needed one more guy to step up. But we just, we can't have McBride, Shamet, Bridges, key guys not playing a factor in a game like this at home, man. It's tough.
Nah, you can't. You can't be playing like this at home. Look, you gotta give credit to the Spurs. They came out here and executed. They played good defense.
Yeah.
Wasted Hart game, wasted OG game, man. We just need a little bit more from others. We just need a little bit more from others tonight, and this could have really just helped us. And, like, I see people saying, do we want to talk about the refs? Look, I think the officiating has been very questionable this entire
all series. All series.
At this point, and I'm going to say this, at this point, I'm just expecting the wackiness, man. I mean, at what point do you want to call, like, how about, do you want to talk about Wemby just, like, damn near clocking one to Jalen Brunson at the beginning of the game, and that's not like where's the tech on that? Where's the tech on that? Do we want to talk about how you got Castle just running through Brunson, and that's not a tech, but yet what we got, or not a flagrant, I mean, but what we get on the other hand is Brunson closing out, he turns his back, and next thing you know, that's a flagrant on Champagne. Like, come on now, man. Like, what are we watching here? What are we watching here? And then you even see that the Knicks in the second half got to the free throw line 5 times to the Spurs. Like, what? I think it was 18 or 22 that they put up on the board. I'm like, we serious right now? Like, everything can't be a foul for Wemby, man. Everything cannot be a foul for Wemby. But I'm not gonna like I like, as much as the officiating was bad in this game, it wasn't like over the top as game 2. But the Knicks were right there in striking distance. That's why I can't, like, in this one, man, like, I really can't blame the rest for like a couple points here and there. Does it impact the game? Absolutely. But like, the Knicks were literally right there. More so than anything else is that they didn't execute. When you have more turnovers and you allow a team that's good off of scoring off of turnovers, that's going to be the bigger issue to me than the refereeing tonight. Could the rest be better? Absolutely. But to me, like, when you're looking at, 13 turnovers and the Knicks gave up 21 points off of turnovers. The Knicks gave up 21 points off of turnovers. Spurs had 8 and the Knicks were only able to put up 7. Like, that's going to be your biggest difference, man. If you cannot take advantage of mistakes, then what are we going to do over here? Like, we can go back to, like, even as I said, the Clarkson turnover that, he forced, right? He gets the steal, turns it right back over, gives it back to the Spurs. Castle gets down the middle of the lane and then finishes a tough layup.
Yeah.
Like, whose fault is that? Yeah. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is it for conceding 21 points off of 13 turnovers? Like, you're playing into what the Spurs like to do. So, like, while the rest were bad, the Knicks had every opportunity to put this in their court, in their advantage, and they did not execute to do so. So look, it's a rough one, man. I wanted this win just like all you guys, but I'm not losing hope in this team. It's frustrating. Knicks can easily come back out in game 4 and wax the Spurs, because I still don't think we've seen the best version of the Knicks as what we've seen this entire postseason, man. They have not all fully clicked yet. Okay. They haven't all fully clicked yet together, as we've seen since game 4 against Atlanta all the way up to the Eastern Conference Finals. Okay. They're still working it out, man. Still working it out. Could everybody be better? Yes, everybody could be better. Do I think you could singularly point out to anybody losing this game? No. I think tonight was like a very, very much a collective effort, not getting anything from Shamet, Bridges, and honestly, a quiet offensive game from Cat. Like, you got you even got good Jose Alvarado minutes out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if Deuce is not knocking down shots, then it's going to be tough too, man. Like, if you're not going to get your floor spacers to space the floor, what are we looking to take from here?
Yeah, I will say my only comment about those officials, because they were awful today, but man, did they get creative in that fourth quarter. I have to say that. I'm sorry. I have to say they got creative. We saw chaos at the end of game 2. This one was different. It felt like the Spurs had about 10, 12 timeouts with the way that this stopped. Also, being able to inbound, one official made the call, gave the ball to us to inbound. The Spurs were asleep on the play. So then now Mark Davis comes in to call the play dead when we had a wide open 3 that OG made because of a decision your official made. So don't take that out on us that you guys miscommunicated. And then on top of that, we lost time on that shot. I'm just saying, they got real creative in that fourth quarter. I'm seeing in the chat people saying that Mike Brown talked about that, and I hope he did. Now, I completely agree with Alex. So the problem is, this is the reason why we're not coming on here saying we're all the referees, because Alex hit the nail on the head. You can't have those kind of foul problems, or can't have those kind of problems with the officials and then also not take care of the ball. You know what I mean? It's one thing if we played the way we were supposed to play and this was happening, then that's a different discussion. But this was going on, and in the opportunities we had, we weren't taking care of the ball. So look, we're not going to be like the Cavaliers and all the teams that we've come through where they're taking the excuse way out. They're complaining about things that other people did. We're controlling what we can control. We did not do a good job taking care of the ball. We did not do a good job shooting the ball when we had opportunities. With all of that you want to complain about in the chat, with all that you want to complain about on Twitter with the fouls and the referees and this and that third, I say it for the fourth time in this stream. We only lost by 4. Let that sink in. That's all I'm saying. So yes, refs sucked, but we can't not take any blame on ourselves. Got to hold some accountability. We were all
for sure, man. For sure. We got to take the accountability in this. New York has to look themselves in the mirror and take account. Like, look, we're talking about a 4-point swing. You talk about not giving up an extra 5 turnovers to give them that 20. Like, where are you at then?
Different game.
Hey, man. And hey, you know what else you could do? You could also hit your free throws. How about hitting some free throws, OG? Yep. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be going out there and missing free throws. You can't. You're getting free points. This is a tight game. Yeah. You can't be like, when you get free shots, you can't be missing it. Like, I'm looking at Brunson. Look at OG. You know, OG missed 2 free throws today. We can't be having that, man. And then when I look at it, like guys who are able to get to the free throw line, they're not getting to the free throw line as much. Like, Cat could have gotten to the free throw line a lot more. He was still like within that shot range that he usually takes, 12 shots per game. Did he get to touch the ball enough? No. Did I think he demanded the ball enough? No. Man, just a tough one, man.
Yeah.
And I think the thing with me, CK, before I let you go, is like, I can't singularly point out somebody in this loss. I know everyone wants to point out, like, choose one person to blame. Yeah. And everyone wants to be like, oh, well, Brunson, you know, didn't really help get Bridges involved. Bridges took himself out of the game with 2 free throws in the first quarter. So he's not going to get back into the first quarter, man. Yeah. Now he's got to wait until the second quarter. And then what? Then he's got to work himself way back into that. Like, Bridges is a guy who needs to get going early and then continue to, like, pour in as the game wears on. That's just kind of how he's been. We've seen that over and over and over. Hasn't. And look, people want to say, hey, he didn't get the ball. He had a whole opportunity with Brunson and Cat on the bench to be that leader of that second unit. And he did. I'm not trying to poke at Mikal individually. I'm just saying you can't just put one blame on somebody for tonight's loss. And I see that people want to put it on Brunson. If Brunson doesn't take 25 shots, if Brunson doesn't get 32, where are we at?
Yeah. And also, like I said, you got to take it's the give and take with Bridges. But I understand, because you want the sexy stat, and you're right. I completely agree that he needs to score, but look at the game Fox had. Look at the game Harper had. This is probably Harper's worst game of the series, and a lot of that had to do with Bridges' defense. There's a reason why in that limited time, Bridges has the highest plus minus. Yes, I agree with Alex, though. We needed him to score, especially when we were looking for anything in that third quarter. It felt like Bridges was scared to even go to get a bucket, which is the first time we've seen that in a 13, 14 game span. So we got to get the complete version of Mikal Bridges, especially when we ain't getting anything from anyone else, because Landry Shamit's on that list as well. Like I said, I would argue Shamit is just as valuable as any of those guys on the starter with the way he's played. You take that out of it, you see how different it is with us offensively. 1 for 8 is not okay. I get he's not a starter, but Shamit's been huge for us. He's been huge for us. And he goes 1 for 8. That takes us out of the game, especially with Deuce not being a factor. Deuce lost minutes to Clarkson today because of how it looked like Deuce looked like he was scared in that first quarter. He went out there and he was awful. Love me some Deuce. But man, oh man, did it feel like that energy was too much for Deuce McBride today. So much so that Clarkson had to get some minutes today. I don't know if we're going to have a conversation about Clarkson. I want to make this mood a little light, because Clarkson was, boy, oh boy, Clarkson was like my heart rate today, Alex. It was up and down, because the one moment Clarkson gave you some great offense, some great crazy plays, and the next moment, like literally he had one play that was Clarkson's game in a nutshell. Phenomenal steal, throws the ball right away. It's just, Clarkson was just an interesting person today, but at the same time,
much longer, CK, he gets the layup on the other end, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, though, I would still say he was huge for us today. I thought Clarkson and Alvarado were big for us, because without them, we would not have taken that lead going into that. So I got to give him credit. But man, oh man, was he Oh my God. Like it was CT at its finest, but it was, it's just the ride that Jordan Clarkson always likes to, go with it when it comes to the Knicks. But but everything we're literally saying, it goes back to the point that me and Alex have highlighted 1,000 times in this post game. It's hard to singularly blame one person. The Knicks tonight could not get the job done as a collective. Certain people did what they were supposed to do. Others didn't. We got to get as a cohesive unit so we're not losing by 4 points against the San Antonio Spurs and the Zebras. Got to get the job done.
Yeah. Hey, man. You got to give credit to the Spurs. They came out here. They played, like I said, a damn near perfect game. I mean, look, when you get 23 from Castle, you get 32 from Wemby, and then you just get solid contributions from Harper off the bench with 13, Fox with 12, Vassell with 11, Champagnie with 12, and then you get 7 from Keldon Johnson, off the bench. They got enough tonight, man. They absolutely got enough to win the game. And then when you look at our bench, who's been the biggest key factor, we just didn't get enough. To your point, if Sham's going to come off the bench with 23 minutes, you can't go 1 for 8. That's just cardio. That's just cardio. So, and even defensively tonight, I thought Shamma was just rough. He just didn't have it, man. Terrible. He was fouling left and right. He was a step slow. It's not.
Yep.
Just not, man. Just not.
It's all good, man. We still up 2-1 in the series. This ain't right. That's what I'm saying. We got people in the chat talking like it's over. We up 2-1 in the series, and we still in the Garden on Wednesday. Stop crying. Suck it up. Throw it away. Let's get ready for Wednesday. Come on, man. Tough game. Beat ourselves. Down 4. On to Wednesday. Let's get it.
Now I see people in the chat saying, I'm just chatting. How am I saying this is on Brunson or OG?
They're not listening. They're not listening.
No, they're not listening.
Don't worry. Don't give them time.
No, they're not listening. People, you're not listening at all. It's okay. Open your ears out. Take out whatever's in your ears, man. Good God. Bro. Good Lord.
It's all good.
Good Lord, man. It's a tough one, people. I get it. We're all frustrated. I'm frustrated too. But I'm not losing faith in this team. This team could easily come back, as I said, in Game 4. And I believe that they will come back in Game 4 and get the job done. All right? And then they'll go back to San Antonio in Game 5, man. This team has shown that they are able to bounce back and compete. They did it tonight, man. For a good stretch of the third and fourth quarter, they were just searching for an offensive answer. All right. And then next thing you know, they're right back in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It's a tough one. We all wanted the sweep. It would have been legendary. We all wanted it. It's okay. You know what I still want? Fun. I still want them to win the chip. It don't matter. If they win in 5, I'll still be happy. If they win in 6, I'll still be happy. If they win in 7, I'll be nervous as hell, but I'll still be happy when they win, man. It don't matter. A chip is a chip. Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
You're right. But man, just thinking about that, baby, gave me heartburn. Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna still be nervous, man. All right. I don't want it to go there, but I'm still saying a win. If we win the chip, you win the chip. No one's gonna be thinking about style points. Who the hell gives a damn about style points?
My broom is still out. He just has a bow tie now. Come on, we good. Move on. He just has a bow tie on now.
That's crazy. Just has a bow tie now. That is
my
crazy.
broom just has a bow tie now. It is what it is.
Hey, man.
Come on, man.
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. So with the Knicks Nation, thank you all for tuning in for another KFTV post-game live. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, okay? Share this video with your friends, family members, whoever, so that way they know where they come to get all their Knicks information, all right? So make sure to go share the videos if you haven't done so already. And let me tell you about something else I can share with you people, so that way you all can get ready for your nights out wherever you're going. And if you're going to all these watch parties, all right, if you want a nice, cool accessory, got to go to GLD. That is just simple and plain like that. Got to go to GLD, okay? And let me tell you what I like about GLD. It's just quality products. It's just quality jewelry for any price point that you want, okay? We just saw today, Madison Square Garden tickets, right? Just to get into Game 3, we're getting up to $12,000. We don't need to be spending $12,000 on tickets. Maybe you do. And that's if you can afford it, good on you, man. I'm happy for you. But you know what? For me, I ain't trying to spend $12K on some tickets. So, with that type of money, where else could you spend it? If you're worried about price point, go out and go get some nice accessories, man. And GLD is the place to do it right now. When you go buy GLD jewelry, you still get the feel of the weight, the shine, the detail. it's just like anything else. Just because the price point may not be the thousands of dollars that you see for other jewelry out there, doesn't mean it's still not quality craftsmanship jewelry that you can go buy online. And what I like most about them is that, like I said, they fit every budget. So it doesn't matter, man, if you're just trying to start out your collection, or if you're more seasoned, if you got more seasoned jewelry collection, they're right there to help you out with any price point that you need in order to just add to your accessory list on the jewelry side. So the cool thing with GLD as well, over 2 million customers have already been rocking with them, man, and over 50,000 5-star reviews. That tells you everything you need to know about their product and that they believe in it, okay? And it's guaranteed for life. Their products are guaranteed for life. That's how you know that they trust the engineering and the manufacturing that goes into all of their jewelry. So what you can do right now, if you want to go add to your jewelry collection, just go to GLD.com, use that promo code KFTV, and get 40% off when you use that promo code, okay? So it's 40% off for any new customers if you go to GLD.com and put in the promo code KFTV. And look, when you go over there and you buy any jewelry, just let them know that Knicks Fan TV sent you, all right? Shout out to GLD. Appreciate you. Appreciate GLD. And appreciate everybody in the chat right now. Salute to everybody in. Let's get to some of these super chats right here. Let's see what we got. Oh, shout out to the rhyme animal Chuck D himself. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat. Says, can game three end of 13 win streak? I'll remove Fugazi fans, fake celebs, and this POTUS. Lord, keep that dude away from any celebration. All 82 plus. Shout out to you, Chuck. What else we got in here? Who else we got? Let's keep it rolling. We got First Lady of Sports with the $5 super chat. Says Knicks got away from why they were winning. They played through Cat. They haven't done it for 2 games. We got lucky in game 2, but not in this game. They played through Cat in game 2. I don't think it hasn't been the dominant play that you've seen just throughout the Eastern Conference to get to this point. But they played to him tonight. They certainly didn't. So tonight they didn't. They certainly could have played a little bit more through him. I think what they were trying to do is read what the defense was throwing at them. But they certainly could have done so more tonight. That's been my biggest key thing with this, is that if you're going to unlock this Knicks offense, you got to keep running through Karl-Anthony Towns just to make it easier on everybody else. But that defense was just blitzing left and right. You saw as soon as they crossed half court, they were just making it tough for anyone to get a pass through, to find anybody. And they were just trapping guys in the corner, making it difficult for Brunson or anybody at the top of the key to just create any space or just find anybody. So just a difficult night. Spurs defense was on lock tonight. Gotta tip your hat to them. They did what they needed to do. Shout out to BX Mills, man, with the $5 super chat. Says, I haven't seen that version of Cat since March. That concerned me. I think he'll bounce back, man. And I thought defensively, like I said, I think he did a good job. What did you think about Cat's performance tonight, CK?
I could. B Mills was in the play-by-play, and I completely agreed. But I'm also with you. I don't think this is now he's just reverting back to himself. He's going to bounce back. I think he's going to be frustrated with himself. He's going to see the tape, and he's going to realize what B Mills just said wasn't the same aggressive Cat. We were here donning him the Finals MVP, and that tonight kind of stepped him back a little bit with that. He's definitely bouncing back on Wednesday. But to B Mills' comment, I do agree. I feel like, like we talked about with Bridges in a different way, I feel like he was scared of having his moments to take over in that second quarter and fourth quarter. Those times that we're typically looking to him, he didn't really look as aggressive to get his shots off. How many times do we see him go to the hoop today compared to what we've seen throughout this series? You know what I mean? Yeah, so, I think he's going to be very upset with himself, and we're going to see a big game out of Cat in game 4.
What's crazy is that I think the 2 biggest plays to show you how different it was for him this game than what we saw. You saw that fadeaway, like that baseline fadeaway too. I was like, whoa, I know you can make that, but you don't really take.
You don't work on that shot.
Yeah, you take that shot. But then when you saw the aggressiveness, is like when Wemby went out and then Cornette came in, Cat was like, yo, get me the ball. And he went quickly downhill. And I'm like, oh, there we go. I thought we were about to get something, but that kind of just told you, like, Cat was just like teetering back and forth what he wanted to do offensively. Look, not a good night for him offensively. I thought defensively he was just fine. You just need more of a impact from him offensively and being that playmaker, and I think he'll bounce back. Shout out to Reno Blesa with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you for being a franchise channel member. Says, that no call when Wemby pushed Brunson is terrible. That was a dirty play. Yo, man, I just think at this point they're just like, they're purposely choosing not to acknowledge what Wemby's doing. And it's just Just nasty work, bro. Just nasty work.
The screens, and now this was on offense, brother. You are how much taller than Brunson, and you were that frustrated, and you get to do that, and you get away with it. Yeah, man, this is. I need a real conversation about this because we talked about the screens. I had to go off on that on game 2 because I'm tired of seeing it, and now you're doing it on the offensive end, and we're just okay with it. Yeah, brother, but it's all good because he's the future, Alex. So let's just let him do whatever the hell he wants. He's the future. It's his league in 20 years. Isn't that what Chuck said? So go ahead. Let him do whatever the hell he wants.
Nasty work, man. Adam Silver needs to be investigated. Someone investigate Adam Silver for this nonsense, man. Shout out to Tyrone Joseph with the $20 super chat. Says, we cannot win if Jalen plays hero ball. We win by moving the rock and running the offense through Cat. No Cat, no rings. Look, man, I agree with that. I don't think look. Could Brunson have been better in his thought process tonight? I thought a couple of plays where, he was trying a little too much. Was that one that really stands out to me is like when he was trying to back down Harper early in the game. I'm like, dude, you don't have to make this all about yourself, man. Like, you don't. Yeah. I don't think it was to the degree as we've seen in the past. Like, I don't think that today was like the level of like him trying to take on every wing defender against Atlanta. I don't think it was that bad, but could he have been better? Yeah, man, he could be better. Like I said, he could be better. I thought he shot well tonight. Playmaking was certainly not there. The 5 turnovers to the 5 assists, not great. But I don't think he was like the worst possible thing that we've seen in like a minute. Like, I thought that game, what was it? Game 2 or game 3 against Atlanta? That was by far the worst that he certainly has played. What do you think, CK?
I was back and forth with it, especially like you said, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, it felt like, it was one of those things. He even said it in his interview with his dad on, I forget what network it is, where he was talking about how he is realizing that he is trying to do too much at times, and then he needs to be better at that. So he's aware of it, but he did it again today. And that play you mentioned is probably the perfect example of it because you're seeing OG, I think, it was OG and Hart were like right by him. So I'm just like, you don't need to do that. Like, move the ball, you can get it right back. And to see him, I get it. We all get it, Hart, Brunson. We get it. You are our guy. You are the captain. You will forever be that. But understand that you got guys that are going to help you out in those positions. And hell, you might be able to get yourself more open if you pass it off to them. We've seen that happen in so many different occasions. I feel like he got it going he figured it out as the game went on because there was a lot of times he was making some great passes that we just were not making shots off of his pass. So you just didn't see it on the stat sheet. He only has the 5 assists, obviously, with the 5 turnovers. But in the beginning of the game, it did feel like he just wanted to give us something because of the run that the Spurs were on. And it just felt like he was doing a little too much. But I personally, I feel like as the game went on, he was cleaning it up.
All right. Shout out to Big Figs with the $5 super chat. Says, annoying loss, but Castle hit some absolutely stupid shots. Credit to them. On to game 4. I think that's the best.
We move.
Yeah, man. That's how I hate to use the name because he's been a thorn in my fandom as a Jets fan. But as Belichick said, man, on to Cincinnati, on to game 4. Shout out to Rager with $5 super chat. Says, BS refs gave them 7 points start of the third quarter. Even though we didn't play well, whistle was for Spurs. Yeah, man, Spurs got the friendly whistle. There's no doubt about that. They got the friendly whistle tonight. If I still think, and we discussed it, the Knicks had this certainly in their court where they could have put it, in their favor. You lose by 4, some questionable foul call, some questionable calls by the refs. Clean up the turnovers, make some more shots, be a little bit more aggressive on offense, pass the rock a little bit more. Cleans a lot of things up. Shout out to Mystery Smith with the $10 super chat. Says, not having thousands of people outside the stadium that can't afford to be in the stadium and paying homage to the team. It affects the game. We need everyone. Dolan has his hand in the cookie jar. What do you think about that, CK? Like just the traffic outside, just like not being able to be outside Madison Square Garden. Like they had the entire area blocked off essentially.
Yeah, I think that they're concerned for what is to come. I mean, I feel like it's OD, but at the same time, like we know us. Like, I mean, are they not wrong for that? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to call because it's like as a Knicks fan, I'm like, nah, man, Let the people run the streets. Let us be there. Let us enjoy it. But at the same time, you're like, if we win this game, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I get it, but at the same time, like it's not about them. It's about us right now. This is our time for us to shine, and let us have some damn fun. You guys need to have better security measures to be able to handle that business, so that you ain't got to shut things off to make your life easier. Nah, hell nah. Be able to deal with us better. I don't know. I get it, but at the same time, like let us have our fun, bro. This is huge for us.
The last part is what I agree with, bro. The last part is what I agree with. It's like we've been suffering for the last 2 decades. Now we get something great, and you block off the area where everyone's just been congregating, right? Just after a Knicks victory, and just I wasn't. I get why they did it. Like
that's what I'm saying. You
had so many high profile people in the area. I know is because the president was there, but like even that you look at the game,
he was there.
You see Jeter there. You see Eli there. You see all the stars there. Like everybody came out of the woodworks, man. Everybody. Yeah. So like I get like the level of detail too that you need for the area, but man, let the people have fun. Let the people have fun, man. This is like the reason why sports teams are profitable is because of the fan bases. So at least let the fan bases have some fun. And to your point, like go through the proper measures to figure out crowd control, man. Like I'm not asking to, like no one should be going out there pillaging and doing anything, man, and causing massive destruction. That's not right. But you know, if you're going out there, you're having fun, you're just like basking in the glory of what your sports team is doing. Why can't you be outside Madison Square Garden enjoying that, man? It's the home of your team. Let the fan base be outside of where the home of the team is. We've been supporting you through win or lose with Kadeem Allen on the court, with Beno Udrih, like all these guys. You can go through Shane Larkin. You can talk about Eddie Curry. You can talk about anybody that we've watched, man. All right, Zebo, all those people. We've been there we've been in the trenches. Let us be there. Let us be outside to bask in the glory. If they're, you know, what New York is doing right now, man. I just it kind of bothered me, man. Kind of bothered me. Shout out to what do we got here? What is the CLP? I'm so bad with my currency. CLP, we got the Chilean peso. Shout out to Kakabula with the 10,000 Chilean peso. He says, not the night. I can't avoid mentioning the bad juju of the certain person disrupting the whole vibe of the city today. Not a good game by Cat or Macau, but we're going to be all right. Bounce back in game 4. Let's go, Knicks. Yeah, man, that's how I feel, man. We're going to bounce back. Team is full of seasoned veterans, man. I believe that they'll bounce back. I agree. They better bounce back, but I believe that they will bounce back too. Shout out to John Petit with the for being a franchise channel member for 25 months. Says Brunson needs to wear football pads with how the refs allowing the Spurs to play against him. Turnovers can happen when you can damn near tackle guys. Hey, can't disagree with that.
Isn't that what Melo did? Melo had the football padding and undershirt and stuff.
The rib guard stuff.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, they're all wearing that too. Shout out to their KP Go with the $10 super chat. Says, ATP with the refs is what it is. If you're Wemby, you can punch players in their face, and it's a play on. Well, hold on. If you're Wemby, you can punch players in their face, and it's a play on, but we cannot turn the ball over and just disregard Cat for a whole half. That's on us. I agree, man. I totally agree. Shout out to Abstract DR with the $5 super chat. Chuck, he says, at Chuck, power to the people, no delay. MSG full of politicians. And okay. Shout out to you, Abstract. We're going to put that to the side. Appreciate the super chat. Shout out to Daniel for being a franchise channel for 25 months. Says a lot of die easy in the chat right now. Bad loss because of crucial momentum cutting turnovers and bad 3-point shooting. We'll be better in game 4. # we move. I agree, man. I agree. I agree on it, man. There's no need to blame just one person or just look to blame it. Like, look, I get it. Everyone wants to find like what the there could be many answers, man, to the root of the cause. There could be many answers. Doesn't have to be one person. Shout out to Lionel Cook with the $2 super chat. Says we need more backdoor screens with OG and Bridges. New York Knicks. Shout out to Suburban Harlem Girl with the $50 super chat. Appreciate you. Says this was a tough loss, but let's not climb back in the window, people. This team has shown us their resiliency. Many fans at MSG was talking smack about Mikal after the game. Dude is allowed to be off once. Attention to detail was not there tonight. Simple and plain. Simple and plain as that.
It was all the pent up Mikal Bridges hate that they couldn't let out for the last 13 games. So like they just blurted it out. I understand. But it will be reflected in your apologies. Continue.
Shout out to Blackness with the $5 super chat. Says we already made history and we're second with 13 straight. The Spurs got one. They needed this one. We just got to close the deal. Knicks in 6 to win in Mecca. Shout out to Drew Scottsdale with the $5 super chat. Says 13 turnovers. That's it. That's the game. A lot of them were stupid ones, not even forced by tough defense. Sloppy play cost them. That's what I'm saying, man.
Very
like
stupid.
we're like it's a whole. It really comes down to turnovers and lack of shot making and guys not and like certain guys not stepping up to just make a couple more shots. That's really what it is, man. But it's okay. It's okay. We can bounce back in game 4. And like I said, I believe we will bounce back in game 4. Shout out to Dial with the $20 super chat. It's tough loss. Hopefully we get a whistle now. Issue I have with the refs. They call shooting fouls for the San Antonio Spurs, and they give us side out fouls. San Antonio has had 21 of our 23 fouls. Looks even, but the eye test says otherwise. Yeah, anyone who pulls up the free throw attempts, no, man, it's all by momentum. Like I said,
100%.
The graphics showed that the Knicks had 5 free throws in the second half to the Spurs, like 19 or 22, something along those lines. I can't remember exactly. It's not all even. Not all even.
Nope.
All right. Shout out to GOT with the $5 super chat. Says, take the diapers off. I wanted this win in the series in New York, but we weren't going to sweep this team. One game at a time. Let's go, Knicks. God still got us. Knicks in 5. Shout out to Proven with the $2 super chat. All I know is I saw that 22 to 4 free throw graphic. Sheesh. Thank you. There it was. 22 to 4 in the second half. Nasty work by the refs, man. Nasty work.
Anyways.
Nasty work. Shout out to Young Tassant for becoming a franchise channel member. Shout out to you. All right. Shout out to Snacks with the $10 super chat. Said, just saw stuff on Murray's video about Wemby overseas them. They played dirty. Wemby tried to take Cap out with that neck throw. Game 4 going to be different energy. I can feel it. It's up for them. I'm hot right now. Hey, I'm right there with you. Shout out to Tito with the $10 super chat. Says, I feel like that non-call on Wemby trying to talk out Brunson. Someone from the Knicks, I think he's trying to say try to take out Brunson. Someone from the Knicks should have stepped up to Wemby. Someone should have gotten a text standing up for the captain. It was gameplay, but I agree. Someone should have stepped up, man. I get it. They're trying to say that someone should have stepped up for Brunson. After he pushed him, man. Yeah.
Man, have you guys actually watched that highlight? Towns was already fighting for his life too, so I don't even think he saw it initially. I don't mean to make light of it yet. It's too soon to make light of it. But if you watch the highlight while that's happening, if you look away from the play, Towns is down there fighting for his life against Keldon Johnson. And I don't know if people necessarily saw it in the moment. But shout out to Brunson Brunson went right to Wembanyama after it happened. Wembanyama acted like he didn't hear anything because he knew he was guilty. That being said, I do agree. Someone should have stepped up. You're right. I just thought it was funny that Towns was fighting for his life.
Shout out to Jack C with the $2.
Sorry.
Shout out to Jack C with the $2 super chat. Says, I'm blaming that certain politician. Shout out to Cool Vids Man with the $5 super chat. Says, why deviate from running the offense through Cat? Why go back to the formula they got you down 1-2 in Atlanta? Fear of Wemby and the paint causes free throw disparity. Yeah, man. I agree with you. 100%. They got to go back running through Cat. And Cat has to be a little bit more aggressive too. I think it's a blend of both in this one, man. I think it's a little bit of blend of both in this one. All right, let's get to some calls, man. We a lot of chats just to keep up, so that way we don't have to go through a whole montage of super chats at the end of the show. So let's bring in some callers. Let's get to some callers right now, man. So let's get to Zack, man. Zack, how are you feeling, my guy? How you doing? Zack, are you there on the Discord? All right, Zack had to hop out and try again. Let's keep it rolling, man. Let's go to Knicksfix. Knicksfix, my man. Haven't heard from you in a minute. How you doing, bro?
Alex, CK, what up, fellas?
What up, man? How you feeling about this one?
Yeah, I was in the lobby. I'm just like heated, man. Just totally heated about this game, bro. Like, there's like 3 things I want to touch on, right? The first thing is the free throw discrepancy throughout the whole series, right? It is 84 to 61, right? And Mike Brown, props to Mike Brown for what he did. Yeah. 84 to 61. Now, props to Mike Brown for what he did tonight in the press conference. He called it out.
Yeah.
He called it out, and I know he's gonna get that $50K fine, but props to him for what he did. He said, like, they shot 24 free throws. We had 8 in the second half. Right? So how many did we okay, fine. If we committed those, he said it's unbelievably hard to see that they only committed like 8 fouls. You know what I mean? Like four fouls total. I mean, dude, at some point, like, when are they gonna stop? Like, dude, when we try to take JB's head off, and then in the game before that, he tried to do the same thing to GTA. I don't know, man. But the second thing is, Jalen Brunson has to come off the rock. At some point, he's got to come off the rock. They got to play it through Cat, and he has to realize it's like this is exactly what happened in the Atlanta series. And once they played through Cat, that was that. And the third thing is this. This is the last thing I want to say, man. The pageantry and the hoopla and all of this stuff, bro. Like, I know we don't ever talk about Dolan, but it's too much. At some point, it's just like it's OD. Like, bro, you got to be able to focus and realize that this is still a game, right? And if it turned into a whole show when at the end of the day we got to get the W. I don't know, man. I think this is how it ends, fellas. I think we win game 4 because Mike Brown stood up for us tonight. I think we win game 4. I think they pulled the same thing back in San Antonio in game 5 because the refs were trying to push it, and then we win in game 6. All right, fellas, stay up, man.
Appreciate you, Knicksfix. Appreciate you. Rate that call in the chat, man. Rate Knicksfix call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. What do you think about Knicksfix call in the chat, man? Let us know. Look,
only thing I would change is the winning in 6 part. I'm standing on business.
I'm staying with Knicks in 5 as well, bro. I'm staying with Knicks in 5. I was hoping for the sweep. Hey, I'm still hoping for Knicks in 5. I agree with having to get Cat back involved. Mm-hmm. I think for tonight, there's like I just come back to that blend of like, yes, we got to feed it to him, and he's also got to be calling for it. I think he shied away from the moment a little bit. But I also think that the Spurs defense was actually even more stingier tonight than it has been the last couple of games. Like I said, I thought they were doing a really good job. As soon as you got across half court, they were just like a wall, man. You couldn't find any space for anybody to get through to find any passing lanes, man. That was it was tough. And like, even with the 13 turnovers that the Knicks had, like, yeah, some of them were just like errant, but I feel like a lot of those, like, sometimes like when you're playing, a lot of the even unforced turnovers can be caused because you're overthinking and you're worried about how the defense is guarding you. So now you're second guessing on how you want to make the pass. And I think a lot of that began early on in this game where Spurs just came out as they always do, very aggressive, just blitzing, putting 2 on Brunson, or just showing whoever has the ball and just trying to trap and make sure that it's just a difficult pass to force them to get out of that trap. They're just doing a lot right now to force the Knicks to create those turnovers. And I think in today's environment, especially with the pressure being back in Madison Square Garden, I think they're a little bit in their head, man. They're a little bit in their head tonight. But I think they can clean it up and get back into game 4. What do you think, CK?
That part, the last part you said, 100%. I feel like, yeah, the defense, you got to give them the credit. Defense was great, but I feel like a lot of it was a lot of it us being in our own head, because I feel like there was so many times, and I said this in the play-by-play, there's so many times we were turning down open shots off of great passes. I understand we wanted to get to the basket, which we should have, but there was a lot of opportunities that when we did move the ball, we had opportunities and we're either waiting to try and pump fake after the closeout, after the closeout, to try and get a shot instead of just taking the shot in rhythm. It just, like you said, it just felt like they were in their head. They were overthinking. OG, I don't know if we're going to play any clips, but OG, I was just listening to a clip. OG hit a nail on the head. He said that they just felt like they weren't in the same same synergy that they've been in throughout this entire win streak. They just got to get back on track and bounce back for next game. And that's what you and me have been saying the entire night. They just got to get out of their heads. Great defense by San Antonio, but I still feel like this is something that we could have broke through. I can't say it enough. We only lost by 4. We'll be
and I think some good examples too is like there's a 3 that Cat could have just pulled up. He pump fake and then he drove. There was that one. I was like,
I'm glad you agree.
I was like, dude, you could just put up a 3. Like you had enough time. Same thing with like Shamit. Shamit had opportunities for 3. Like there's a lot of guys.
Took that dribble for no reason. It took him a more difficult 3. It's like just shoot the first one. Yes, I completely agree.
Or like he even had like a clean look, and then he tried to dribble on Wemby and then got his shot blocked. I'm like, or like, there's just opportunities that everybody had. Man, they were passing out threes just to go drive and make it. You know, they just could have taken some open threes, man. Done a better job. They could have done that. All right, let's keep this thing rolling, man. Let's get to some more calls. Let's get to Why Me on the Discord. Why me? What's happening?
Yo, what's going on? Good evening, fellas.
Good evening, my man. What's your take,
sir.
man? What's your take?
We could have did a better job, you know what I'm saying, starting the game. We can't really complain about how we were treated by the officials if we kind of masked it by starting the game off like terribly, just letting them do whatever they want. And the first quarters are important. Kind of dropped a few first quarters this series. So like what's going on in the first quarter is what I want to know. We can't keep getting smacked up first quarter, then try to come back second quarter. Like we make a run, that's cool. But it's how we start in the games at this point. The awareness, like I said, the other game, it flipped on us. So now we got careless with the basketball. They became more aware. You know, we still got mistreated in certain ways. Like, yo, Victor, he should have been ejected from the game. But all right, I'm not going to harp on that. We got to bounce back game 4 because, you know, like you said, all the hoopla and all that, maybe, you know, everybody was looking around unfocused, like losing focus in some type of way. Like, I don't know. But my homeboy was in the building. He said it was crazy. Like, it was insane. Like, nobody could hear. So we got to definitely settle in, shoot them same shots, 4 points. You know what I'm saying? 5 points wins the game. 4 points is the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, CK. Until the next one.
Yep, Wednesday.
Until the next one, man. Until the next one. Appreciate the call, Wymie. Appreciate you for tapping as always. Look, rate Wymie's call in the chat, man. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. I think it's these guys just gotta settle in. And hey, now we got to know like the because ESPN's been kind of muting like what Madison Square Garden is sounding like. You know what I mean? Like you listen on like what it sounds quiet. And we were talking that in the Slack, man. Just was it like, is it quiet? Is it loud? It seems like the arena's kind of like in a lull right now. And anybody who's there, just let us know, man. Hearing from Wymie and hearing that his boy was there, and it was just like the energy was there. Nobody can hear, but I think New York just needs to settle in, man. The atmosphere is going to be electric, you know, and just guys got to be ready for it. Guys got to be ready for that one. Let's get to Maly on the Discord. Maly.
Yo, what's up? You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, man. The stage is yours.
Yeah, honestly, I'll say, first off, turnovers. Turnovers killed us this game. I feel like kind of looked like they were nervous. I don't know if it was just excitement or whatever, but it looked like a lot of nervous, turnovers. I think we'll brush up on that. Second, officiating was terrible, but I mean, not really surprised. It was terrible all series. I don't know how they're missing these deep calls. Wemby, like that foul on Brunson with Wemby, like, come on, I don't know what the refs are looking at. It's crazy, but that's not why we lost the game. I mean, we got to overcome that regardless, whether the refs are good or bad. We got to play better. Yeah, we just got to figure it out. I mean, we'll figure it out. I think we got to win next game. But yeah, I think we just got to figure it out. And like you guys said, in San Antonio, it's like a nearly perfect game. I mean, there's some shots that you got to live with and tip your hat to. Like that Stephon Castle shot, just tip your hat to that. Like that was a crazy shot. I think if he misses that shot, I think there's a real legit shot.
Yes,
you make a run.
Absolutely. There's a legit shot the Knicks could have won that game if he doesn't hit that 3.
And that, but yeah, so I think this is more about, and we have to get a strong start. I mean, we can't keep playing from behind.
Facts.
And also, the main thing I'll say also is we got to go back to, like, I want to see Brunson kind of go off the ball because it takes a lot of energy when you're going to bring the ball up nearly all the time and then meeting you half court. That's going to take a lot. That's going to take time for you to get into your sets and everything. So I think if we can get Brunson to move off ball, kind of go to Cat, because Cat, he's been like the answer for us. So we can mix. I mean, this is good. I think we got spoiled a lot. We won 13. We got spoiled. I feel like we all kind of forgot how it feels to lose. And this is good. We can go back to the drawing board and then be better for the next game. That's all I got to say.
Appreciate the call, Maly. Appreciate the call. Hey, look, got to be humbled at times, man. Got to be humbled at times. Like you riding high, riding a 18-game winning streak. Got to remember, can't take your foot off the gas pedal, man. And that even comes down to your decision making and with careless turnovers, and even, for even for somebody like Brunson, like you don't have to do it all by yourself. Like you can utilize your teammate. Now, I think there's the balance of like, hey, tonight, like I said, not the greatest game, not the worst game. Needed a shot making, could have been a better playmaker, could have had some better decision making. I agree with you, CK, that he started to like get better as the game wore on. But like some of those shot attempts, some of the challenges that he was just taking on, like he didn't need to do that.
Unnecessary. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it was absolutely unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. But let's see.
You didn't really comment on it. I'm curious on your thoughts on the fanfare. You think it's not a big deal? It's just New York. You think that we should have still been able to win through it? Do you think it was a bit too much? Do you think it took away from the game? How do you feel about that? Just out of curiosity, because I feel like that's a conversation a lot of people are having as well.
The answer that I would say is like I would hope that the players can play through it. I think you've been in this situation before where, we keep talking about you're playing in the world's most famous arena. You're always going to have star-studded casts in the building. It's always going to be a vibrant and electric energy at Madison Square Garden. Now tonight, obviously dialed it up. I mean, you had Derek Jeter in the building. You had him and Eli Manning standing right next to each other.
Right next to each other, yeah.
Right next to each other. You see all the star-studded casts in there. Obviously, you got the regulars, Ben Stiller. You got Fat Joe in there. You got Spike Lee who's in the building. We talk about the president be up there with James Dolan. You got everybody in the place excited, man, because it's been 27 years since the Knicks been in the NBA Finals, and it's been 53 years since they've actually won an NBA title. So, look, everyone is excited to see what this Knicks team can do, okay? And so I think the energy is definitely going to be dialed up. I think you're going to have butterflies. I think that's a natural thing if you're an athlete to have some butterflies on a big stage. Big moment. You're up 2-0. You would hope they feel confident, feel comfortable after being able to go out on the road and get those 2 victories in San Antonio. But look, we're all human at the end of the day. They could have been nervous, and they looked nervous too. I mean, did you think they looked nervous in the beginning of the game? Because I thought they looked nervous. We were making just some like the turnovers they had at the start of the game. I was like, this is not natural, man. This is not natural.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah, the energy definitely got to them, and it's funny because I thought San Antonio did too, but San Antonio snapped out of it quick. And then the Knicks were still bumbling and stumbling and still turning over the ball. But yeah, they definitely played with some nervous energy. I don't think they really found it until like late in that first quarter, and then we saw the second quarter go how it went later on. But yeah, 100%. I think it got to them.
Yeah, I think it's. I think it got to them, and I don't think they'll be comfortable in Game 4, man. I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be the same because we're not going to have you're still going to have a star-studded cast, but I don't think it's going to be to the pageantry as everyone's been, anointing as we had today, where it's like taking you 4 hours to get into the Garden.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think that, or do you think different?
No, I think it's still going to be star-studded. It's still going to be the same rock and energy. So that's not going to change. So that's not going to
change. But I don't think it's going to be the same pageantry as we saw today, though.
It better not be. It better not be. And I get it. I mean, from a business perspective, Dolan's trying to cash in on his money because he don't know what this is like either. You know what I mean? So it's like I understand it, but I hate it because I agree with oh man, I already forgot who mentioned it a few calls back. But I agree. They shot Knicksfix. Yeah, I agree that we went away from what the main job was. Like I get it. Like celebrities are gonna be here, but we're doing too much, taking away from what the actual job is from today. You know what I mean? This is about the fans. This is about, as you mentioned, this is about us that suffered through Bino Udre. This is us who suffered through Ramon Sessions. This is us who thought that Stephon Marbury and Steve Francis would be a phenomenal backcourt combo. Like this is for us, and we went away from that because we're here doing the whole thing because it's on ESPN and stuff like that. We got to go back to the main thing. We got to focus on what this is about. As you mentioned, you talked about the security outside. It's just all these things muting the real fandom. That's that this is all what is really about. But regardless of the pageantry, it's gonna be loud regardless. So the Knicks themselves, they cannot let that rattle them. The Deuce McBrides, the Bridges, the Shamits. I'm not saying that's what it was, but it could have played a factor. You can't let that rattle you because this is part of what this is about. This is a starving city that wants a championship now. We can't falter now when you have this gift in front of you. You've done all the work. Now let's handle business in front of the home crowd. And as you said, I've said it at the top, I feel like we see a completely different Knicks team on Wednesday. I think they understand it now, in the words of Lethal Shooter.
Absolutely, man. I think we see a different. I think I agree with you. I think we see a different Knicks team on Wednesday, and let's see what they do, man. But wait, let's get into key stats of the night. Let's get into key stats of the night, and we'll get these things by the numbers just to make more sense of what we just witnessed tonight. All right, hit that thumbs up button for your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Appreciate all of Knicks Nation for being here and rocking with us. Shout out to all the franchise channel members. Shout out to all the mods in the chat right now. Appreciate everybody for being here right now, hanging with us. We got, how many do we got with us in the chat, man? We got 2,300 with us in the chat. Shout out to all you for rocking with us on a tough loss. Still not believing the Knicks are going to bounce back, man. But let's get back to these key stats, all right? So looking at it tonight, Knicks unfortunately lost this one 115 to 111. And then going down the numbers, we see the Knicks did win the rebounding battle 46 to 37. They would lose the assist battle 28 to 18. Yeah, man, it was bad. Like the thing is, like, the ball was moving decently, not great, not as it has been. It was moving decently, but guys weren't just cashing on their shots. And then we also discussed, like, there were some moments where Brunson was just going a little too ISO heavy, just trying to prove himself a little bit more than needed to. Not good. Like
the really was for the rebounds. I didn't realize it was that close. I thought that they had that on us, but no, the assist I understand. The rebounds is what got me. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, man, you're all good. You're all good. Knicks would then lose a steal battle 7-4. They would lose the block battle 7-6. They would lose a turnover battle 13-8. They would lose the shooting battle as well 46. Spurs shot 46% as the Knicks shot 40. Well, Knicks shot. All right, let me do it because if I rounded. Same. Spurs shot 46.4%. Knicks shot 55.5. Knicks will lose the 3-point shooting battle just by a hair, 35.3% for the Spurs, 35.1% for the Knicks. And then the Knicks would win the free throw battle. Spurs shot 78% from the free throw line, as the Knicks shot 82% from the charity stripe. And then it's just interesting, man, because like you look at the hustle stats too. And I was not expecting this, where the Knicks won the fast break points 15-5. They won the second chance opportunities 21-10. And then they barely won the points in the paint battle 46-44. Interesting that they win these hustle categories and they still end up losing by 4 points. Tough one for the Knicks. CK, what's your biggest takeaway from these key stats?
Yeah. The hustle stats are crazy. Like, I'm genuinely seeing the team stats for the first time. That's crazy. That's what makes me. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with Knicks in 5. I'm sorry to go away from the segment. Let me stick to the segment before I get too crazy. I'm gonna stick with the negative because it's something I'm highlighting that I want us to fix, and I'm gonna go with the turnovers. I know what you're gonna go with, and I want you to talk on it. So I'm gonna go with the turnovers as the key stat of the night because that to me is what lost this game. I know we can talk about fouls. I know we can talk about free throws down the stretch, but you cannot have 13 turnovers. More importantly, they only turned the ball over 8 times. That means that our defense wasn't at the same suffocating level that it has been at for 13 straight games. So I'm pointing out that stat that stuck out to me for the main fact that our defense, to me, I feel like wasn't at the same level that it should have been, as we've seen in 13 games. And also another big part too, they scored 115 points. We've been doing a good job at keeping these teams, pretty low on the end of the 100. So to me, the turnovers are the big stat that I'm looking at in a bad way. You can't win basketball games this way when you have 13 turnovers and they only have 8. That means that we're not doing a good enough job defensively. So that's my key stat of the night.
Okay.
Not for a good. We lost. So I'm not going to point out a good thing right now. We need to suffer, and we need to make sure we bounce back, throw it away, and do better in the next game. Coach CK.
Appreciate you, Coach CK. All right. The one that stands out to me, man, is look. I mean, you took turnovers. To me, it's the assist, man. Just like the playmaking. I feel like we got to just do a better job being connected. Just being out there and just looking for guys, getting more open shots. It also comes down to guys just being confident in their shot selection. I mean, you had a good Josh Hart came from downtown, man. And that just went to waste. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough, man. That's tough. But I think the assist needs to get back up there, man. It needs to get up to like the 25 assists per game as they've been able to do. This team has been leading in assist category as an entirety throughout the entire postseason. They've been number 1. They just need to get back to it. And that gets back to Karl-Anthony Towns being your hub and being able to find guys at the top of the key, finding guys cutting, using those screens. I'd like to see more of what we saw against Atlanta and everybody else, where you're having Brunson, OG, Macau setting these off-ball screens, creating just easy looks for whoever those guys are setting the screens for. We haven't really seen much of that so far, and I'm not sure if it's just because the Spurs are able to cover that, or is it just because like it's just taking too long to set up for Cat at the top, and they're really just doing a good job like facing Cat and just being a disruptor and not giving him like a clear view of like where to find guys cutting, and if guys are just doing a decent job recovering and just sticking with their guys off of screens. But I'd like to see that happen a little bit more, because when you look at these things, man, like if you're winning the fast breaks and the second chance opportunities, like you're doing enough. But I think just the passing and just getting guys a little bit more involved will certainly help. Yeah, that's gonna be my thing. What do you think I was gonna say? What do you think I was gonna say, C?
I thought you were gonna go with the fast break, the hustle points in general, because that is impressive. That is impressive, and that's what makes me so much more irritated, because the fact that I did not think we were gonna win in the fast break battle, but we won by 10 points. We 15 to their 5, and then you said points in the paint. You have 46 to 44. It didn't feel that way. It felt like whenever we had those opportunities, we had some good runs, but it felt like the Spurs were like when they went on their runs, it just felt like there was just no stopping them. So I thought they had us beat on that. But definitely the points off of turnovers is what I saw for sure. But so I thought you were going to go with the hustle points just in a whole. But I think you picking the assist. Yeah, that is Coach CK agrees with that. Yeah, we got to be better and making sure we're capitalizing on our assists. So I agree with you on that choice.
Yeah,
but I thought you were going to go with the hustle points, the hustle stats. Excuse me.
I can't go with the hustle stats in a loss, man. I mean, it's impressive that they were able to do it. I mean, you saw it. A lot of it came from the second unit. That's why they were able to get in there. But just can't go with that one tonight, man. Just can't go with that tonight. But that is Key Stats of the Night, brought to you by Prize Picks. And people, let me tell you something about Prize Picks, okay? If you love sports and if you think you know what's going to happen, if you think you know what the outcome is, why not put your money where your mouth is and go to Prize Picks? Make sure to download the app and use that promo code KFTV, because if you use that promo code KFTV, you get $50 in lines after you play your first $5 lineup, okay? It's just this simple to play Prize Picks. All you got to do is just create a lineup of anywhere between 2 to 6 players. That's right, 2 to 6 players. And it doesn't have to be all people who are playing in the NBA, all people playing in MLB or anything like that. You can mix and match across all sports. So if you like baseball, hockey, basketball, you can create anywhere between 2 to 6 lineups from people across all the sports and more. You even got soccer and golf in there, man. So it's just easy. You're going to get statistical categories, and all you got to do is just choose more or less on any stat projection. So for let's sticking with basketball, say it's points, rebounds, assists, maybe the combination of 2 or all 3, or maybe can they hit more threes? All you got to just do is choose more or less. And what's even great about that right now is that Prize Picks has got early payouts. So if you choose if you choose correct, guess what? You get to lock in your earnings even earlier before the game even ends if your player is going off to on a hot start. So it's just that great. And look, Prize Picks is back in New York, and not just back in New York. They're back in all 50 states. So you can go play wherever you are, man. It doesn't matter if you're on the road or if you're in your home state, you can play Prize Picks wherever. So don't miss out on it. And like I said, just download the Prize Picks app today. Use that promo code KFTV to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code KFTV to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Shout out to Prize Picks, man. Shout out to Prize Picks. CP should be joining us soon. We'll be waiting on him, but we're going to be taking a few more calls as we wait for him. Also, let's get to a few more super chats while we wait. Let's get to there, and then we'll get back to some more calls. Shout out to where we go. Shout out to Lawrence Casey with the $10 super chat. Says, for the life of me, why are we players wide open at the 3-point line? Second, get back to the game plan that was working. Last, these refs, shake my head. Game 4, clean up the mistakes. Yeah, man. Shout out to Sam Zelenka with the $5 super chat. Says, we used to watch Clay Anthony early and Ronaldo Bulkman. We will be okay, y'all. Man, we will be okay. I agree with that. Shout out to Kimmy with the $2 super chat. Says, it wasn't pretty and it wasn't gritty. That is a fact. It was neither one of those two things. Shout out to why did this thing just jump? Man, I hate when it does that. Shout out to SG Fuzz with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to Tess with the $2 super chat. Says, Wemby is the golden boy of the NBA. Stupid refs. Shout out to I Am Chops with the $10 super chat. Says, am I crazy, but is Wemby turning into a dirty player these playoffs? Elbows to telling teammates to hard foul OKC, blatant fouls on JB, Jose, put up and have him those fouls to good hard use. Shout out to Big V from Harlem for being a franchise champion for 27 months. He says, we'll be okay. The NBA wanted to extend the series. They got one. Now we got to go get 2. Also, my KFTV emojis are going to help. Please. Hashtag 2 more. Shout out to Taji with the $2 super chat. Says, JB is a ball hog. He has to move the ball more. Shout out to Lawrence Casey with the $5 super chat. What's the point of home court advantage if you not going to get the foul calls? Shaking my head. Shout out to Mark Whittington with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Shout out to Nicholas Anthony with the $5 super chat. Says, look, we put ourselves in a good position winning those first 2 games. We got a real desperate Knicks team game 4. I'm looking for a focused game. Shout out to Tyrone Joseph with the $10 super chat. Says, I'm not losing confidence in the team. We can win this series in 5, but we need to play team ball. Pass the rock, crash the boards, and play inside out, especially if they get Wemby away from the hoop. Shout out to D. Olive with the $5 super chat. Says, our best looks when we get paint touches. Get Wemby on ball, then Nash dribble to the perimeter. Hopefully the team saw that. Shout out to Tess with the $5 super chat. Says, Wemby needs to be booed out of the arena for game 4. WTF is he doing trying to snap Brunson's head? Oh, is that the captain? We got the captain.
He's here.
Check.
We got the captain in the building.
Yo.
Hey, there.
I'm here.
He's here.
Check 1,
We're
check 2.
just waiting for Gamma to throw CP on the screen, man. A little somber KFTV right now as we're waiting for CP to be on screen. But CP, how you feeling, bro? How you doing?
You know, a little humble pie. 13-game winning streak snapped. History will not be made. But I like losses like this to wake us up and get back to reality and understand that this is the NBA Finals. It will not be easy. It must be earned. This is the 2 best teams, the last 2 standing in this one. And so whether it's the Spurs or the Knicks, you got to bring your A game to take this one. And you got to be the best out of 7. It's not the best 2. It's not the best 1, not the best 2, not the best 3. It's not about who's showing up at the building and whatever the case. You got to win the game. And tonight, give credit to where it's due. I thought the Spurs took this game. They came out, they executed, and the Knicks did not. So that's just what it is. We can blame the referees and all of that. Like, I totally get it. I totally get it. The referee situation. Refs. I get it, man. Like, it was very frustrating. I was there. I was watching. It's very frustrating. But you got to persevere regardless. Obstacles are going to come your way. You got to persevere. Regardless of the referee situation, the Knicks went into the half with a 7-point lead, and within 20, 30 seconds, it was gone. That's not refs. You didn't do what you had to do. You did not get the stops that you needed to get. You did not move the ball. No cat, no rings. And so you cannot just rely on miracles all the time and big comebacks all the time. You are going up against an elite defense. As much as we want to celebrate and all of that and be happy with where this team was, they could have easily lost game 1 and game 2. That's the reality. You have to lock in. They started the game throwing the ball all over the place, and before you know it, they're down again, double digits for the 3rd game in a row, right? Like, we could look at it. We could look at these games both ways. The heroics, the great play, the supporting cast, blah, blah, blah. But we could also look at some of the bad things that you've seen. They've been down double digits very quickly in now 3 games, right? We could blame the first 2 as being on the road team. Now you're at home, and they're doing the same thing. Their defense is elite. They will take your mistakes and turn that into points, and they gain confidence. They gain strength that way. Look at the stats. The key stat of the night, I don't know if you guys went through it. My key stat, points off of turnovers. What have I been saying with the Spurs in the series against OKC? When OKC had their advantages and won their games, it was when they were scoring 20-plus points off of San Antonio turnovers. Tonight, turnovers, 8 for the Spurs. And the Knicks converted 7 points off of that. Conversely, 13 Knicks turnovers led to 21 Spurs points. You got to get more ferocious on the defense. So there was like a lot of mistakes made here. We can talk about the ball movement. Cap needed to move the ball, but like, you gotta get gritty, man. And when I say no cat, no rings, it's not just the lack of getting him the ball in position. He's got to create the position. You're bailing San Antonio out time and time again with Stephon Castle is guarding you, and you're not even establishing yourself to take advantage. So now you're forcing everybody else to take tough shots. You're handing Alvarado grenades with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. You're handing Josh Hart grenades with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. They're not supposed to be getting those shots. You're supposed to be taking those shots. It's frustrating. Shout out to the dog. He was phenomenal tonight. Tough shot making. Tough shot making from OG tonight, man. He was wonderful tonight. Mikal, not so much. The hero of game 2. Man, nothing there for tonight for Mikal. So that was a little tough to see. You know, Mikal, you got to come with it, man. 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field. Not going to get it done. OG stepped up, man. Tough shots from the dog tonight. But the cat thing, 11 points, minimal touches. You weren't impactful tonight. And we can't, this is the finals now. We can't give guys nights off. This is not a regular season. You got to come with it every night. Every night. So it's disappointing. The game was there for them to take, but San Antonio, I said it in game 2, they're not going to give it up easy. So just disappointed with the result. I hate that they try to get it to come down to these miracles, comebacks. And the Fox shot at them was a dagger. Give credit to the Spurs. They executed tonight. I get what everybody's saying with the officiating and all of that. The Garden had it with the ball head referee. I don't even know his name. Is it Mark Davis? They had it with him.
Yeah, Mark Davis.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But you just watch the game for so long, like you're used to it. Even when the Knicks aren't playing, you got an issue with the referees. It's part of the game. It's subjective for the most part. Some people want to throw the tinfoil kufi on and say the fix is in. It's part of it, man. It's not new. So, with the cap situation, I thought their defense on him was great. It's been great. They hound him 94 feet. They send help, extra help, and that's the San Antonio way. You're going to have to earn it. Tough shots. You got to make them. OG made them. Cap went 11-25. Tough sledding out there, man. I just felt like they left a lot on the bone on those Castle and Cat matchups. They didn't take advantage of it, and Cat didn't take advantage of it. It was kind of disappointing to see, man. It was very disappointing to see.
Very disappointed to see, and people early in the chat, see before you joined in, CK and I essentially echoed the same thing early on in the show. It's a whole team effort, especially with the boneheaded turnovers. We highlighted those same points that you just talked about, especially with the 8-13 turnovers, the 21 that Spurs were able to get off the Knicks 13, and Knicks only able to get 7 off the 8. But people are blaming Jalen Brunson right now for the loss tonight. Is that where you're going?
The blame is to go around for a lot of people, man. The blame is to go around for a lot of people.
That part. Speaking.
He's trying to find his offense, man. I told you he was pissed off after game 2. And
Yep.
I thought he was going to come out and have a big game tonight, which means he's going to force the issue a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. Yeah, he's got to move. It's a tricky balance. Yeah, he's got to move the ball around. Cat, 4 for 10. McCall, not even taking shots.
Landry, 1 of what? 7, 1 of 8?
Landry,
Yes.
right? Your hero for the first 2 games goes 1 of 8 from home, at home. So Cap he's trying to win it.
Nothing
It's a
from
tough
Deuce.
balance. He's not John Stockton. He's trying to force the issue and find his shot and will his team to victory. You got nothing from Deuce. Deuce got benched. Because he's not making moves. Shout out to Cardiac. He had 2 big threes, which is out of his element, and then he just started throwing the ball. Okay, thanks for you. All right, we'll see you game 4. We'll see you game 4. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. It was cool until it wasn't. So, like, the Cap thing is like, oh, he's got to move it. But, like, who was moving it? Who was doing stuff with the rock? It's a tricky balance, man. Are you guys blaming Brunson for the game tonight? I mean,
No, I'm not blaming Brunson, but I'm not blaming Brunson. I think CK said it best, and I'll let him say it. But like, I think, look, you need an answer for somebody for scoring wise. I mean, McCall set himself back with the 2 early fouls in the first quarter, man, and so he's a guy that needs to get going early. Like he's somebody that gets involved early. First quarter, and then he's able to continuously just pour in as the game wears on. But if he's not available in the first quarter, you can't put him back in the first quarter, and they got to wait for the second quarter. And now that's really like Cat's time to shine, and you're trying to give Towns the opportunity. Now you're just throwing off the entire rhythm. I thought, look, it all started with the sloppy turnovers, and it started with being a step too slow defensively against San Antonio tonight. I mean, it was with Shamet, it was Bridges, it was Cat. Cat allowed Wemby to get into the paint easily tonight early on. I thought his defense got better as the game wore on, but like the Knicks just came in there like it's like they were like they had glossy eyes, man. They just saw the crowd, they saw the lights, and they're like, whoa. And they were like just kind of going through the motions, like, yeah, we got 2 games, like we're ourselves, we're on a 13-game winning streak. Nothing can go wrong, and then you get the vibes of like of Madison Square Garden with being a star-studded affair, and I feel like all of that poured in together with these guys just being flat to start the game, and that is what really set them back, man.
Yeah, But even still, man, I thought they closed the gaps. I thought they closed the non-Wemby minutes well, and even the non-Brunson minutes well. They had a
Exactly.
7-point lead going into the half.
Yeah.
They had a 7-point lead going into the half, man, and it quickly evaporated. But consistently throughout this game, they had no answer for Stephon Castle. He destroyed him, and he finished him with a big three. Dylan Harper continues to find and get his way inside the paint. I mean, he's an elite. I saw him finish over Cat, something ferocious. That should never happen. 13 points, continues to
I feel like this was
very strong.
I feel like this is the best defense they played on him this series, though. I feel like this was because I feel like he was doing that all series, but I think tonight they did a good job on him. He had 18 shots for those 13. And same with Fox. That's what's frustrating about it, right? That's what we were saying. Like it's hard to point a finger at one player because there's so many things that we actually did do right. But the problem is the things that we did wrong were just so much louder. And then on top of that, we talking about the officiating for this game. So you just can't have that kind of combination and expect to win this game for the third time in a row. You at some point, you're going to have a lot more goods outweigh the bads and not hope for the basketball gods to be in our favor like they were. It's mainly in game 2. We said it at the top, so I completely agree with you guys. This isn't just I'm pointing at one guy. There's so many things that we could have, like we said, Shammy can't go 1 for 8. Shammy can't go 1 for 8. You know what I mean? If he imagine if he goes 2 for 8, 3 for 8, 2, you know what I mean? This is a different game. If Bridges made another shot, this is a different game. We lost by 4. We lost by 4.
Bridges took 5 shots, bro.
He only took 5 shots. And I'm glad you spoke on Towns because we were giving Towns the Finals MVP last game. And this is, I think he's going to turn around and be fine because he's going to be frustrated with himself. He's going to see his stat line. He's going to be frustrated with himself. And he's going to have I think Wednesday he turns things around because all of a sudden we saw in game 1 and game 2, he accepts all the challenges. He's going after Wembanyama. He's going after the mismatches. He's going to the rim, going to the hoop, scoring with ease. Bridges, same thing. And today, you were there. Could you highlight one time Towns went to the line? Can you highlight one time that Bridges went to the? You know what I mean? So it's just like I said, it's a lot of.
You got to be aggressive to do that.
100%.
You can't just wait on the. You have to be aggressive. Gotta be aggressive. That was SGA.
And he had the mismatches.
The referees reward the team that plays with intensity and is ferocious. You got to put pressure on the rim.
Agreed.
Knicks don't consistently do that because they don't have the ball handlers to do that. San Antonio does. So we can blame the referees, but Castle, he got to the line 6 attempts. Why? Because that's all he does. That's his game. Fox, that's his game. Wemby, that's his game. That's 19 free throw attempts between those guys. So the Knicks got to find that. They got to dig deep. Keldon Johnson got 4 attempts. He's a dog. Can't just rely on finesse from the perimeter. That feeds into San Antonio's hands. But they got to figure out getting Cat the ball. He wasn't getting the ball with the starters or with the bench in his second unit minutes. You got Stephon Castle on you, man. And I thought, Shaman taking off balanced shots and, Deuce got benched.
Bad look, man. Bad look. But
Wasn't a good look.
But look, all these guys can easily bounce back in game 4. All these guys can easily do that. And the thing is, we're talking about, we got a great Josh Hart, obviously phenomenal OG game, but, we just need a few more guys. We just need a few more guys.
Great, man. OG was great tonight.
And the thing that gives me confidence about this team is that these games have been decided by, outside of game 1 where the Knicks won by 10 points, these last 2 games, Knicks won by 1, and tonight they lose 4. These games are right there for the taking. CP, I don't know about you, but if Stephon Castle doesn't hit that miracle 3, Knicks have a damn good chance of winning this game again, in the same type of fashion like they did game 2.
Make a miss.
So I look at it as the Knicks defense has been good enough to me, it really comes down to the Knicks shot making. Can the shot making be there? Can the defense be better? Yeah, but I don't think they're going to like shut down this. I don't think they're going to shut down. And like tonight, the Spurs were actually decent from three. If the Spurs are going to shoot 35%, they're going to be in these games. The last couple of games, they've been shooting poorly. But tonight, it was just their night from downtown.
Yeah, you could say that. You know, they definitely had a better shooting night. And I'm not saying shut down. I just feel like, you know, you got to get grittier defensively with this team. They're a turnover-prone team. And when they have 8 turnovers for 7 points, it's
not
hard
enough.
to beat them that way. It's not enough. It's just not enough. You know, Mitchie, like, can we get some deflections? Can we get some block shot? Like, those type of things. The dog brought it on both ends of the floor, but I just didn't think Wingstop in particular. You know, where I thought in the first 2 games, they were much more impactful defensively. Outside of OG, I don't know. I didn't see it tonight. I also felt like they should have closed maybe with Shamet outside of Hart when we really needed to like stretch the floor in crunch time and get a legit 3. I don't know. I was just looking at it. I was like, I would have taken Hart out at that moment. You know,
I think the other thing too, CP, like I know we won the rebounding battle, but I just felt like the punch for a rebounding perspective just wasn't there. Like I'm looking at this, I'm saying
I feel like we had no second chance points. How many second chance points did we have?
we actually did a decent job on the second chance. We won 21-10 on second chance opportunities in this game.
21-10?
21-10.
It's so hard to believe that, man. Like
100%.
games. I'm like, bro,
There's a lot of
get an offensive rebound. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, the thing is like, what's crazy is that, you know, like, I was a little like surprised to see that we won the rebounding battle because it didn't feel like we got the impactful rebounds. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like the back-breaking rebounds where you're like getting those second chance opportunities and it's just deflating for the Spurs. It just felt like we were there, we got it, but like it always felt like an uphill battle. I want to see like where did we get offensive rebounding wise? Because like Spurs got 6 offensive rebounds. Knicks got 12 offensive rebounds tonight, and it just did not feel like it did not feel like that. But you know what I also want to contribute that to as well? We didn't feel like the true Mitchell Robinson impact because the Knicks were putting the Spurs in the bonus, and they were in the bonus too. And Mike Brown did not want to leave Mitchell Robinson out there to hack a Mitch. So we didn't really get a lot of Mitchell. I mean, he only played 7 minutes tonight. We only got 7 minutes of Mitch tonight.
Mitch only played 7. Yeah, it didn't seem like I don't know. Like you know, is there a window here to go double big just to shake things up a little bit and really crash the boards? But then you know you don't want to leave yourself susceptible to them running on you. It's a tough balance for Mike Brown. Tough decision.
You want to see the double big lineup in this one?
I think you can get away with it when they had Cornette and Brian out there.
Yeah,
I think you could try it then. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know when I would want to see them out there together. Now,
the Deuce thing is tough, man. It's like
it's tough, man. Yeah, Deuce was yeah. But he looked like the fanfare got to him. Of any of the players, he was on that look like it.
That last shot he took, or he made one mistake. And I was like, yo, Deuce, that's crazy. And then before you knew it, he hit the bench. I said, okay, Mike Brown's seen enough. I don't know if it was the off-balance shot or was it a turnover. Something he did. I think it was the off-balance 3. It was a turnover.
It was a turnover in the beginning. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, Deuce, you got to settle down, man.
Yeah.
You know, that was a little tough. Like, Deuce, come on, man. We need you, bro.
Oh, man.
So, shout out Rondell Hartley. Hit the like button. $10 super chat. Salute. Somebody said, well, Steve Bartman had the garden tonight. Please say it ain't so.
How was the energy in the garden, CP?
Somebody says, Amari Donez, $5 super chat says, you got a voice. Call out the refs. If not, we will see the NBA rob us again. Somebody else said that on the IG. Like, I don't know, man. Like, just from watching the game, I just feel like it happens, man. You know, what do you guys think? Yeah, it sucked. They were bad. Were they brutal? Yeah, but I just feel like, the Knicks still had chances in this game to take this thing, and they didn't.
Bro, we're talking about 21 points off of 13 turnovers.
Right.
Like, and you lose by 4.
Right.
It's not like the Spurs were out here and they won by 20 and like
the free
half
throw
that-
discrepancy was a little weird.
in the second half for sure.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
A lot
In the
of
second half it was, because who was it? Someone said it was 22 for the Spurs and the Knicks only had 4. So that's the second half. And that's huge. But even then, it's like I didn't think the Knicks defensively were great tonight. I thought like Shamet was like hacking a lot. Shamet was just like reaching, grabbing.
Yeah.
Even Brunson was grabbing. I was like, all these guys were just not great defensively. Guys were like late on rotation. Like some of the stuff was like, this is where I have the issue with the refs tonight. It's that when you have Wemby like essentially knocking Jalen Brunson in the back of the head, and you're like, what's going on here, man? Like, why is no one calling that? Did you see that, CP? Did you seen that clip flying around?
Bro, watched it.
Yeah.
I watched in the middle of game action. What was that, the first quarter?
Yeah.
It was early.
Trying to throw hands at Wemby. I said, whoa.
He did. Yep.
But it was like for a split second. I said, wait. I said, yo, are you watching this right now? Yo, Cap literally stopped in the middle of a live ball action. Was ready to square up with the 7'4" alien. I said, oh no, something really bad happened out there.
Bro.
Something really, he must unless he hit him in the family jewels, something that's really like when you're ready to drop the gloves.
Right.
I think that must have been it.
Wemby, like
no, that was it. That was the play.
Wemby essentially punched him in the back of the head, damn near.
Yeah, almost decapitated him.
Okay.
No, that was the play. Yeah, because he went right to his face. No, that's the right play. That's the same play.
Bro, when I saw Cap in the middle of a live play ready to like square up with Wemby when the play was still going on, I said, oh no, something really bad. This wasn't just a illegal screen or something. No, this was a dirty play going on here. So in the middle of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
Brunson's normally cool.
Yeah, and then Hart and Cornette got into it, but the Hart one was like, I don't know. I thought that was more bang incidental.
Yeah, that was bang.
He got a little
100%.
emotional, and he ended up
100%.
losing. That's what I'm saying with the referee thing. Like, you lost that one, Josh Hart. You got to keep your composure in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get it. I get it with the free throw discrepancies. Mark Davis was not great.
Yeah.
Let me see the Brunson thing in fast motion.
Yeah, he almost decapitated him, bro. Look at this. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be pissed too, man. And the thing is too, like, here's the thing, like,
oh, wow.
And here's why.
That was crazy.
Mind you, remember, we're on offense, by the way. Just want that to be known. We're on offense.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there. Anyways. Continue.
And here's the thing: it's like you see Wemby do this to Alvarado in Game 2. You know that he already he caught somebody with the bow. I forget who it was against OKC. Was it Chet that he caught with the elbow? Was it Chet?
It was. It was.
In the last round.
Yeah. No, it was Nas Reed. That's who it was. Yeah, you're right. Nas Reed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot all about that.
So you're seeing this from Wemby. So I get it from this perspective because that should have been like. That's either a tech, an ejection.
That's crazy. That's a flagrant too, bro.
You know what I mean? And he doesn't get called for this for 2 games in a row now. Like, I get that. But then where I'm saying, like, hey, there's some questionable calls. It's like, why is Brunson getting the flagrant on the closeout on Champagne when he turns around? And yet when Castle just, like, essentially bulldozes into Brunson, we don't say that's the same thing. Like,
the Castle into Brunson was crazy. That was crazy. I didn't like that at all. That should have at least been a flagrant. Yeah. Like, I'm not telling you the refs' calls were good. I'm saying we still got to persevere. It's part. I'm saying it's part of the game.
Right.
I hate it too, man. I hate it. It's part of the game, and they still had a chance to win the game.
What I'm saying is,
I'm the type that I like to see them persevere through that, win it, and that leads into all the emotions. Like, screw the refs, screw the Spurs. We still took this game.
And that's where my beef is, because it's the calling at the end of the game. Forget all that, because we're talking about first quarter and stuff. That I did not like the officiating towards the end because of the timing. CP, you were there. It felt like the end of the game was watching it on TV was commercials because there was so many, and it was again,
a lot of
you know what I'm saying. And they were in the bonus with like 11 minutes to go and stuff like
and
that.
they
So
only had one foul. They only had one foul.
Exactly. So it for me, it's what you said. It's like it's cool with all that, but I wanted the game to be decided with basketball. But it felt like everything in that fourth quarter was just call after call, mess up inbound play when one official's giving us the ball to inbound, and then we get a wide open shot while the Spurs are asleep because they're making a substitution to try and kill clock to make a challenge. That thing was insane. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like those were the timing of those calls in the fourth quarter. That was my issue with the officials more than anything else.
He ran on the court purposely.
Yeah. Because they're trying to kill clock so they can decide whether they wanted to challenge the call or not.
Come on, man.
And they didn't even give him a delayed game. They just let it go.
Not even a delayed game. Everybody was in the guard. I'm like, bro, what the hell is going on right now?
Nothing. Right.
The referees lost control of this game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Harper literally ran onto the court. They had 6 guys on the court knowingly.
Yep. And they just said, do it again. No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
Yeah, that was a little weird, man.
Yeah, there was a lot of that down the stretch, man.
There was a lot of weird stuff like that going on. Yeah, totally get it, man. Okay, we got Spurs fans in there. Spurs win. Okay, whatever. $20 super chat says Jonathan Calderon says, I'm not gonna lie, CP. The reason we lost was you wasn't at Slate. We still good. Yeah, Slate was upside down. I heard Slate was was upside down tonight. Shout out to everybody that pulled up to the watch party. Game 4 watch party will be released. We're supposed to do a midnight release, but we'll do it maybe by noon. Say by noon on Tuesday. So just hang tight. Al, you asking about the vibes in the Garden tonight?
Yeah, I was asking about the vibes.
I thought it was spectacular in the beginning. Despite everything going on, we got it. Because we had to get in there early. We were in there early, and
what's early? Hold on, I want to know how early were you in?
So we got in for the 8:30 game. We got outside. Say about 7:15, 7 o'clock. Say 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Right. So, everything, obviously, with everything being hyped up with the arrival of this guy and all the situations, first and foremost, I thought it was lame, to be honest with you, to put people through everything that they had to go through. From the workers, though, the employees had to wait an hour to get into the building.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Early this morning, right? So we get out there, they got all this stuff, but as New Yorkers, I'll tell you all the time, you got to know how to maneuver through the situations. You know what I mean? So me and wifey sit there, we checking the scene. It's a little, they're funneling people here, there, and there, but you got to know how to maneuver. So nevertheless, the whole 2-hour anticipated wait time, we cut it down to a half, all right? You got to know how to move. If you're from New York, you got to know how to move. If you're following all the rules, okay, yeah, it's going to take you an hour and change. But if you know how to move, it took us a half hour. So we figured out the back door to the back door to the back door. We figured out a way. So we got in. So now we in there by 7:30. By say 8:15, they start doing the montages and all that. The Garden gets hyped. Well, as soon as they came out for the warm-ups, the place was rocking. Absolutely rocking. The Let's Go Knicks and everything. The place was rocking. It was good. I didn't think it was especially with the high prices and things of that nature, people thought the common man or people are going to get priced out. I still thought the energy was good. The Knicks just had to give them more to root for. And I think with the referee situation and then with San Antonio taking it, the vibes kind of started to taper off a little bit because people understood, by the time you got to seconds and you're down by 6-7, you need a miracle here at this point. So, but I thought it was good overall. I thought it was loud. They were into it. And yeah, I thought it was a I thought it was a raucous crowd. I thought the crowd was good, man.
They kind of like ESPN's been doing this thing where they mute essentially the entire MSG atmosphere because they want you to hear the broadcast.
Yeah.
So
well, your man
it kind of sounds drowned out at times.
National anthem. Your man got booed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your man got.
Oh, we heard that.
Oh, you did hear it.
We heard that. That was loud and clear over the broadcast.
So during the anthem, I was at the concessions and whatnot, and I just see like the anthem. I just see all these boos. I'm like, are they booing? Is Wemby on the jumbotron? Is Cornette on the jumbotron? I didn't know what was going on. So by the time I got everything I got, I was like, yo, who they booing? Wifey's like, yeah, they booing. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, your man got booed out the frame. It was crazy, but I didn't put two and two together at that point because by the time I got in there, I wasn't thinking like who's here, who's not here. I'm at the Knicks game. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't. Really,
you're just trying to get to your seat, get situated, and everything.
Yeah, I wasn't really taking it into consideration. So I'm like, who's getting booed on the during the national anthem? So then I put two and two together. You know. Yeah. So that's that, man. You know.
He showed up to fall asleep in the game.
He did fall asleep.
Great stuff.
Anyways. You say
oh, he actually did. There's the image right there.
I'm dead ass.
Yeah, no, he fell asleep.
Yeah. Out to everybody that had to wait a few hours to make a fall asleep. Yeah.
He fell asleep, woke up, and said, "Hey, is Mariano coming up now? Is it the night thing?"
Right. There's video of him talking to Silver or something, saying he was asking what a foul is, and it was a great experience.
Who's pitching? Who's pitching for Mariano? I told him.
Which one is Jackson Dart?
Yeah. Oh, Jeter was there. The captain was in the building.
And
right next to your boy Eli Manning.
I love that. I love that, man. You know, talk about, two of my guys from our era. I love that they had them, sitting together. That meant a lot to me to see that. They gave the 90s Knicks because everybody's there. So they got to group everybody together. So they put Starks with Houston, Sprewell, Camby, and LJ. And they gave them their own montage of 90s Knicks, and then they had them together. And then they put Ewing and Clyde together. I thought that was beautiful. I just love seeing them kind of, ushering in the younger generation. So they did their montage together, and then they showed them. And then they had, because there was so many people there, once they get to the fourth quarter, they do like a montage, oh, by the way, these people are here too. So, so they'll just rapid fire. They do a rapid fire montage in the fourth quarter is what I'm trying to say. So they did JR and Bernard. I think maybe Jared Wilkins was there. Steph, I think Steph went back to China. I'm like, I got to hit him like, Steph, how you go back to China, bro? This is NBA Finals. So Steph was not there tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shumpert took his place.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Jeremy Lin and Shumpert together. Yeah.
Linsanity had an ovation. He was one of the early ones. Linsanity definitely got an ovation tonight. It was good to see him in the building. It was. Yeah. It was definitely good to see Linsanity back at the Garden. But that's it. Nobody really knew. They showed Fat Joe, never acknowledged Khaled, which I thought was funny as hell.
Thank God. That's crazy, bro.
Joe tried to bring him in. Sometimes you watch at the Garden try and it'd be
and the camera be going away from
he'll try to bring his homie in here, oh, by the way, he's here too. So Joe tried to do that with Khaled. The camera guy was like, nah.
Camera was moving. Yeah, I love when they do that.
We know Miami Heat fans in the building.
Right,
get out of here.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, no Khaled love. Get out of here. So, yeah.
No.
So yeah, no Khaled love, man. No Khaled love.
That's good.
But yeah, that was pretty much it. You had your Law and Order people, and
Chappelle was in the building.
Yeah, it wasn't nobody else really new like that. Just Jeter. I guess Jeter. They paired up. They had random pairings too. They had Justin Tuck paired up with I forgot who else he was paired up. He was paired up with somebody. Then they did Stiller and Chalamet. But that was
Jay-Z was there. We saw. That's getting some mixed reviews.
They didn't show
That's
Hope.
getting some mixed opinions.
Hope was there. I figured
he was there.
Hope would be there. I figured that was an atmosphere for him, for the bandwagoners. But
There it
all
is.
all that Brooklyn talk, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's one of those things. I didn't know they didn't show Hove on the jumbotron.
For
Yeah.
good reason. I'm not surprised. But they showed him on ESPN. Oh, they showed him on ESPN.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they did Cardi B came out at halftime. They were like, we got a surprise halftime performance. And then Cardi B runs out. I'm like, I'm getting a drink. We've got a surprise halftime performance for you. Stay right there. Cardi B runs out. I said, I'll have another. It's time. Let me go get some chicken fingers, man. Turn this. Yeah, let me know when the third quarter starts. But that was
man.
Yeah, I thought the vibes were fine. I thought the energy was good. The team just couldn't follow up. That's it. The team just couldn't follow up.
You think it played a factor at all? The fanfare?
Nah. I mean, maybe in the beginning when they were kind of like throwing the ball all over the place. But I didn't think it was anything that they're not used to, I really didn't think it was anything that they weren't used to, man. Yeah. Yeah. Chopped it up with Mom Donnie for a little bit, man. Yeah, I chopped it up with him for a little bit. Settled up. Yeah.
Did he say that he taps into KFTV? What did he tell you, CP?
He's been a KFTV guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been a KFTV guy, man. Adams was a KFTV guy. So yeah, he's a KFTV guy. They're both KFTV guys, man. It's number one show for the fans by the fans. How can you miss it? We got the best cup podcast running. So we cross over parties and this, that, and the third. Everybody's tapped in with us, man. So,
Speaking of Mamdani, you saw Bloomberg get taken out by Alvarado.
I did see that. I did
he
see
just can't make that stuff out, man. He just can't make that
where
stuff
the hell Bloomberg been? God only knows. He pulled up.
Right.
Bro, when I saw that, I was like, I was like, Bloomberg's here too? Like, who else is in the building?
That's what I said too.
Yeah.
I'm like, why they got him all the way over there? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I said that's why I had to look twice. I was like, is that Michael Bloomberg?
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on a second.
The NBA Finals, boy. The NBA Finals.
Everyone's coming out of the woodwork.
My man couldn't tell you half the names on the team. He said, I'm here. Look at
Mike, who's your favorite player on the Knicks? Well, I like Sprewell.
Yeah,
Houston's pretty good, right?
Oh, well, who was there when Bloomberg was there? It was probably
definitely
Duhan.
Oh
yeah.
Man, no,
I'm so happy that Chris Duhan is playing in the NBA Finals.
He deserves it.
He deserves it. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. So
back to you in the studio.
Back to you in the studio.
How's Wilson Chandler doing?
That's oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah, so I mean, did it impact them? I don't know. These guys are professionals, man. Like I said, we had a 7-point lead. They settled in, whatever it was. They settled in fine. I thought they settled in well. They settled in. They just they couldn't close, man. San Antonio was good. I like to give the Spurs credit. They were good, man.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, man. Yeah, man. Let's get to the phones, man. See what's going on with the people in the chat, man.
Let's get to Zack.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Zack, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Yo, what's good, fellas?
What's happening? What are your thoughts on this game? What are your takes?
One of my takes is it's plain and simple. The Knicks dropped the ball. Let's be honest with ourselves. Everybody can talk about the refs. Everybody can see, the first half was one thing. The second half going in up 7 points. Come on, man. Knicks just played terrible second half basketball. Came out the second half, throwing the ball off OG's foot. Nah, man. That was just us dropping the ball. CP, you're right. It was unfortunate. The Knicks just didn't have the tenacity that they needed to close this thing out. So it's not going to be 15 in a row. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's right. They got to earn it. And this team, they thought they were going to falter. They thought that the Spurs were going to come in down 2-0, losing 2 at home, and they were just going to give up this series. And that's not what happened.
No. Nope.
So at the end of the day, we can talk all this junk. The first half where Brunson got smushed in the face by Wemby. We all saw it. Everybody saw it. That doesn't mean anything. When you go into the second half up 7 points, and then by 30 seconds after you're down, it's a tie game. Come on, let's be honest with ourselves. This is the Knicks giving up a game.
Yeah.
Not putting their foot on the throat.
How about the dog, man? On a positive note, I thought OG had a fantastic game tonight.
So
good. Wasted a great OG effort, man. Tough shot.
OG was the only player that showed up for me tonight. In my opinion, he's the only player that showed up.
Yeah,
all 4 quarters.
I know. I looked at the game. I said, Hart hit some threes, but he turned the ball over in crucial situations. You can't do that if you're trying to win a championship. This isn't regular season play, guys. This isn't just, one game. Oh, we can go on and look at the next. Nah, we're trying to close this thing out. We're trying to bring a chip after 53 years. Come on. Get your head in the game. Regroup. Knicks in 5. Come back on Wednesday with a real effort. And that's all that matters. None of this ref stuff.
Salute, man. Zach, man. Appreciate the energy, man. Appreciate that, man.
Appreciate you guys. Okay. Yo, KFTV, guys. KFTV.
Zack on the Discord. Anybody else at the Garden tonight want to share their experience with the security situation and all of that? It was I'll tell you, it was very quiet. It was very I felt like we were on the set of a movie, like The Siege. It was very quiet. You could literally hear a pin drop walking down 34th Street. I kid you not. When you got out,
interesting.
We took the.
Well, they had 2-3 blocks blocked off, right, around MSG.
2-3, everything from 6 from 6 down 34th to 7. The whole thing was barricaded. Macy's, all of that was barricaded, so you couldn't even walk in the street. Sometimes when you regular cities vibes, I like to walk in the street. I'm in the bike lane. I gotta get away from all the people. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get sick. So I'm, the whole thing's barricaded up. So we took that all the way to 8th. You could literally hear a pin drop. Quiet.
Weird.
It was there was no vibes outside. The
That's
game
sad,
ended.
man.
What?
The game ended. There was no vibes outside.
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, even in a loss, there's still the 7th Ave mosh pit is still happening, but
True.
you could literally hear a pin drop. Everybody just funneled, go to where you got to go. Nobody, especially if they lost, so it was quiet. Straight to the back to the subway, and everything was just barricaded off. You know what I'm saying? You have to detour to get to where you was going. Yeah,
that's lame, man. I'm not gonna lie. That's lame.
That's whack.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like the fans. I said this earlier, man. It's fans are such a big part of sports. To push away, especially Knicks fans, who've been we haven't had this type of success for 2 decades. We haven't seen this in so long, and seen a team on a historic run like this.
Yeah.
Why can't you have them outside the building, man? This is supposed to be us, man. That's where I think the pageantry is just a little too over the top, where it's people should be able to go be outside MSG. It's for us. We support this team. We support this team through the dark ages. No matter what, we're still filling up the seats. And now you're telling us when this team is great, can't afford to get in. And then on top of that, even though we can't afford to get in, we can't even be by the building. How is that right?
Yeah, that was a little tough. City tried to accommodate. They did the Bryant Park party. Obviously, you can always come this late, ladies and gentlemen. The number one watch party. We never let you down.
Great
always
transition.
packed. Always packed. But we sold out 3 nights in a row, fellas. Slate sold out 3 nights in a row. But you had 5,000 people in Bryant Park. That sold out. So yeah, it's tough, man. Between getting priced out and not being able to, hang out around the venue, it was very quiet, man. Going in and leaving, you could
That's
literally
crazy.
hear a pin drop. There was no
Because like they're enforcing that.
No. It was just.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
The energy, bro. You gotta understand something. Like when you're walking, bro, on a normal day in the city, yes, you're gonna see police. You're gonna see some armed forces. You're gonna see some fatigues. That's just how it is. Now it was literally like they were preparing for a riot.
Yeah.
But it was Secret Service and all of that. So like when you see that, you're naturally just gonna
best behavior.
You're just gonna just get to where you want to go. So the vibes is kill. It's a buzz kill all the way around. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Yo, it was a complete. It was like a movie set, bro. I kid y'all not. It was like a movie set. And you're like, bro, where are we right now? It was like some like War of the Worlds 28 Days Later type of thing, like I Am Legend type of thing. Like you're just funneling to where you need to go, but there's no fanfare. There's no like just get to it. Just get to where you need to get to. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just how it was, man. And coming and going. That's just how it was. There was no stopping, idle, hanging out. Nah. Get to where you need to get to. And that's it. It was a complete night and day from what it was prior to. So, Wednesday will be different. Obviously, well, I don't know if he's going to be a pull-up on Game 4, but if not, then I'm pretty sure Wednesday will be like that. So, yeah, it was it was very interesting to witness, man. I kid y'all not. You could hear a pin drop walking up and down 7th Avenue.
Thanks, Gamba.
Yeah, 34th Street, rather. Soul Goddess. Go ahead. Do we have Soul Goddess on?
Oh, shit.
Oh, hello.
Me? Can yo, what's going on, P? What's going on, Alex? Y'all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. You're live.
All right. Good evening, Alex. Good evening, CK. How's everyone doing tonight? Look. We gotta calm down. We gotta calm down. Too many people taking this loss. Yeah, he was battling the refs, but we've been battling the refs for years. This is not nothing new. What cost us the game was the sloppy turnovers and the bad pacing. Like that's my take on it. Had too many turnovers and the pacing was terrible tonight. I think Bridges was bad because the 2 fouls on him early got a little bit into his head, so it rattled him and it took him out the game. Because defensively, he was still good when he was in. He just couldn't do nothing offensively. It just got into his head and messed him up. So let's give him a grace on that. OG is still OG. We're not worried about that. Josh Hart still got the rebounds. I think the reason it didn't feel like we did anything with the fast break and rebounds is because as soon as we did it, we was turning the ball back over to them, and they were scoring on that. So that's where we lost it. We won the rebounds and the fast break, but we lost when it came to committing the points. We were giving it back to them, and they were hurting. So we just got to clean that up. It's little things that we got to clean up, slow it down, and I like Brunson off ball. I don't like him bringing it up because we were winning when he was coming off ball because it allowed him to play a little bit more free. When he comes up with the ball, he likes to slow the game down. I call him Batman because he likes to be real methodical with it. He likes to slow it down, but you can't slow it down when they're double digits. That's what we need, the fast breaks. Appreciative of Jose because he did it in game 2 in the third quarter to erase the deficit, and he did it in the second quarter this game to erase the deficits. He brings that pace up. What we were looking for from Deuce is what Jose gave us. You bring up the pace and make them run.
I'm gonna just she made some really great points, but her audio was just cutting in and out. I was to her point, I was expecting them fellas to go let Mikal or Josh bring the ball a little bit more. I thought they were going to let Mikal or Josh bring the ball up a little bit more. But, to her point, they kind of did. let Cat bring it up, and that drains the shot clock, especially when he's got guys like Castle on him and Vassell and all of that. But,
Yeah. I think that was the story of this game, though. Like everything that we were doing to this point, we did not do in this game. I think that just is the entire story of the game.
Yeah, Mike Brown
of
said
this
the
game.
same thing. Mike Brown said the same exact thing. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Rapid fire through the Discord. Mokoritso, go ahead and unmute your mic. Mokoritso. Do we have Mokoritso?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep, loud and clear, man. What's your name? What are you calling?
Yeah, just wanted to talk about man, it was tough, man. You know, we had the game like in the second half. It's just these guys didn't step up, man. It's the last series, first 2 games, Cat being an offensive hub, it worked. Seeing this game, he was trying again way too much. You cannot let that happen. Like, you got to step up. We didn't bring you here to be, the next Jokic. We brought you here to be the second man. And that's what he's trying to do. And we don't need that from you. We need you to play the same way. Pull up from 3, not too many threes, but be that inside man. And, I feel like he wasn't living up to it. He was too scared of the moment. But Mikal, first 2 fouls, that took him out of his rhythm. Sloppy plays. And, everyone's sitting around for Jalen to, save the day. We don't need that. Everyone needs to move the ball around. OG had a phenomenal game. And it's just, we choked. That's simple as it is. But, listen, we weren't going to win, 15 straight, 14 straight. We're not the Warriors. But, 1 loss is not the end of the day, end of the world. It's Knicks in 5, still believe in that. Wednesday, we're going to bounce back. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, well, but it's just one game, man. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Listen, as much as we would love to see this team go 15-0 and win the championship in a sweep, and everybody's talking sweep. Yo, man, this is the NBA Finals. It's got to be earned, and some nights it's not going to be your night, but it's a good wake-up call. I like losses like this. I like adversity. I still like the Knicks. I still like the Knicks to win this series. 1 loss is not going to shake my confidence in this team, but hopefully it will shake them up to play at their best. Keep Mike Brown called them out, said they didn't move the ball enough. No Cat, no rings is my thing. Get back to what was working. Mikal, 5 shots, not going to work. These are accountability type of situations. So it's good stuff there, man. We'll bounce back, man. Tough loss, but we'll bounce back, man. And fellas, I didn't know about this. Somebody in the chat was mentioning this. There was a huge brawl at the Bryant Park watch party.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Some altercations with the NYPD and some people there. What's going on?
Yeah, there were several brawls. There was one there at the park, and there was one outside. That's why I was waiting for you to hear from that one. Yeah,
I'm looking at some footage right now.
It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yo, this is looking like Streets of Rage out here. What's going on, bro?
1 loss just throws the entire city in a frenzy,
Knicks
man.
fans fighting in the streets after game 3 loss. Whoa, Knicks fans. Why are we having Knick fan on Knick fan crime out here? What's going on?
We can't be fighting ourselves, man. That's craziness.
Okay. I see it's
that part.
Oh my God.
That part.
Yo, see, this is what I'm saying.
Here we go.
This is what I'm saying. Like what we saw tonight with the police presence, bro, if and when these guys win the chip, like, my young generations, man, like this is what's gonna be happening. Like, we can't have this right now in the city, man. We can't have this right now. It's too much dumb energy. Like, bro, we coming out to watch the game. We're coming out to watch a basketball game. Why are people out there fighting with each other? For what?
There's a real battle going on with social media, though, too, because it's like we don't know how many of them are actually fans and people that just want to be there for the moment.
Well,
so that's another thing,
too.
True.
But you know what I mean? That's the gift and the curse that is New York. Even with your man showing up tonight. Like, even with everybody showing up tonight, like,
All right.
that's the gift and the curse that comes with being a New Yorker and living in this city. To me, I don't care what anybody says. It's still the greatest city in the world. They still do everything better. And it's why everybody wants to be seen in New York, period. That's why it's still the hottest ticket in town. But it also comes with stuff like this. You got cloud chasers. You got, people who just, want to be out and seen. But come on, man. Like, this is ridiculous. When did where was he at when in 2023 when we was in the playoffs in Cleveland? Where was all of this energy at? Right? Al, you remember we used that 40-40? We was the only party in town. It was a great night.
That was it.
That was it. It was just us. Now you got millions of people outside. Just
bro. It's because you.
Why? How did it come to this, man?
Was it you, man? Was it you that said the side talkification of all this, man? Is like they saw like side talk get popular, man. And look, I think everything has its own place for its own right, but like it went from like 2 cool videos to now like everyone wants to be like seen on like side talk because what was it? Guys who were like in that like part of those videos got like to be part of like the what was it? The like the MSG intros, like announcing everything and stuff like that, and say like, oh well, that now I can get my fame doing that. And like, look, man, it was a moment, it was cool, but now it's just it's just like I think it's just charging everybody up, and now you're seeing like all these other deviations like side talk trying to get their 5 seconds of fame or whatnot just for like short clips and doing stuff like this. And even this type of nonsense, like why are we fighting after a game? Like what how does this even make sense?
Because because the algorithms have gotten us more and more narcissistic, and it's gotten us to this point where everybody wants to level up and one up, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if one of these guys won the championship, I was talking to JD about this last night. Like, bro, like he's like, yo, where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? I'm like, bro, like
home.
Yeah, exactly. Because as a man of a certain age, I'm not here to be chasing. One stunt after another, like, oh, look at this, oh, look at that, oh, look at this. Nah. Yeah. I want to vibe about it with the people that I vibe with.
Amen.
You understand?
Amen.
I'm not out here trying to be chasing stunts after stunt. Like, come on, bro, look at this. You got a police standoff with people. How did this come to this, and why would this come to this over a basketball game? This wasn't like this last year, the year before that, or the year before that when Brunson was in the playoffs, fellas. Why is this coming to this? It's wacky stuff, man. It is wacky stuff. But it's like, like the younger generation, like, yo, come on, man.
Yep. This is only going to feed the fire. This is only going to feed the fire. They're doing this after a loss. So imagine what happens when they win.
Yeah.
We already know where this is going, bro.
Yeah. But I'll say this is saying, Gamble, you could go to a full screen.
Here we go.
I'll say this to say, ladies and gentlemen at home, you will never experience such a thing at the KFTV watch party at Slate. Okay? We have vibes. We have security. Everybody comes in peace. And we're very mature, first and foremost. That's why it's a 21 and up crowd. Okay? Yeah, we charge at the door. We keep out the riffraff. All right? You never heard of none of this happening at the KFTV watch party because everybody comes with the same mentality. So shout out to everybody that was there at Slate tonight, the night before that, and the night before that. 3 sellouts. Was selling out again on Wednesday. Come through. This is why. This is why, man, we promote our watch party in the way that we do. Because we guarantee you guys a safe, fun environment, great food. Shout out to DJ Eric L. Beats. Shout out to MC Cedro. When I am there, I'm there on a microphone as well. We do the pregame show and all of that. You don't need all of this. What do we need all this for, man? So make sure y'all go to shop.knicksfantv.com. Go to kftvwatch.com. When we drop the watch party tickets for Game 4, you pull up to my establishment, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I want the Knicks fan coming through and watching in peace. You got Streets of Rage going on outside. I didn't even know. I just looked in the chat. Somebody was like, yo, what do you... It was going down out here. What are y'all talking about?
I don't think these kids know Streets of Rage, CP.
Nah.
That's
I'm
a
bringing
great
up
pull.
old stuff. I'm
That's a
bringing up
great pull,
old
though.
stuff.
Do they
That's
even
a
know
great
Fight Club? How about that?
Yeah,
That's a great
Fight Club. Tyler Durden and them. Yeah, first rule is Fight Club. You don't mention Fight Club. But it's like crazy, man.
Yeah, that's insane.
I felt like I saw Ari out there.
We got him on the line, man, if you want to talk to him.
Really? I kind of
Yeah.
want to close him, but I want to hear from Ari. Were you out there, Brian Park? Were you out there in the scuffle with NYPD, man? Were you out there? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
2:15 in the morning. I've been on the line for like an hour and a half, but no, I was not in Bryant Park. I was actually in the autonomous zone. My friend has an office, so me and a couple of guys were like on 30th Street in that zone. Like you said, there was no one there really. It was like a pin.
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop.
You could hear a pin drop out there.
Yeah, it was spooky for sure. It was definitely. Listen, the thing is, the Knicks weren't the only team to deal with the inconveniences of that. So was San Antonio, and the Knicks came out with zero aggression. They came out nervous. You would think they were a bunch of 22-year-olds, but listen, man, I have good and bad, man. The bad is that it's either the Knicks win or it's always the refs' fault, and I think it's pathetic that we always talk about the refs. And I know you said it, CP, like you don't like to do it, and neither do I, but. It's just embarrassing. Like, come on, man. Like, it's always everyone else's fault besides the Knicks. It's either the Knicks win or it's everyone else's fault. It's Trump's fault. It's Mamdani's fault. It's my fault. It's the refs' fault. It's like, come on, man.
It's my
Grow
fault.
up. Seriously, the fan base got to grow up. We're up. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Grow up. Everybody grow up. We're up 2-1 in the NBA Finals, dude. We're up 2-1 in the NBA Finals. We won 13 games in a row. We lose one game, people crashing out. I jumped out the window last game, and now I'm like, I don't have a parachute, bro. So I'm in. Like, Mikal Bridges was terrible today, but I'm with Mikal Bridges. He's allowed to have a bad game. He's been great for 10 games in a row. This team is fine, man. I don't listen, it's a unique situation because what ended up happening today was an adjustment, all right? Everybody else is going to blame the refs. It's everybody else's fault, right? But it's an adjustment. They put Wemby on Josh Hart a lot more, and that's why Josh Hart hit a bunch of threes. He was 4 for 7 from 3. He had a good game. But what did that do? That basically they put a small guy on Cat, right? And Cat couldn't beat him off the dribble. Wemby was by the rim. He made it harder for everybody else, okay? The Knicks came out lackadaisical. I guess they were nervous. They turned the ball over a lot. But listen, you got to give credit to where credit's due, man. San Antonio, that defense, I don't know. I'll be honest, call me crazy. I haven't seen ball pressure like that on the point guard since like Jordan and Pippen, honestly. That was, they are, there's a reason why they made the MVP SGA and beat OKC like that is because they make it miserable for everyone else. So it's on Mike Brown to see that adjustment that they made. Try to understand that Brunson's not going to drop 60 and try to figure out a way to counter the chess move to the chess move, right? But I just can't stand the world is ending. Bro, we did not come this far to lose right now, dude. It's not happening. We're not going to lose. We're not going to lose. All right? I promise you, we're not going to lose, man. But we just got to be humble, bro. Jalen Brunson has been terrible, in my opinion, this series. And it's not his fault because he's getting very good defense, right? Mm-hmm. It is what it is, all right? We have to adjust for it, man, all right? It's as simple as that. We just have to adjust. We have to stay positive. And you're not going to win 15, 20 games in a row. You take it out like a man. Brunson should have played better. Mikal Bridges should have played better. Okay, Cat should have played better. Mike Brown should have made better adjustments. I thought the fan base, by the way, I wasn't in there, but I'll tell you what it looked like. In the beginning, it looked popping. But on the telecast, though, the people on the floor, you see them taking free throws, and the floor seats guys, they weren't active. It didn't seem like they were activated for me.
You know what's so funny?
He's right.
My wife said the same exact thing. She said, these people on the floor are a disgrace.
Disgrace.
Right. Yeah. She was tight, man. She was tight about it.
I'm gonna land the plane here, but it's like, bro, this is the first finals game in 27 years. The first time we have a real chance in 32 years. I was 6 years old, man. You need the fans to be wiling when you're down in the Garden, bro. It can't just be when you're going on runs. We need you guys. We need everyone to go. It takes a whole team, bro. All right. But I'm telling you right now, we did not come this far to lose. I didn't jump out the window without a parachute to lose, man. We're going to lose. Take ownership, take accountability, be better the next game, and we're going to win the chip. And I'll see you in Sunday or Saturday. All right. That's my take.
Yeah, those are 5 stars. I thought that was a 5-star call.
No, that was a 5-star call by Ari.
We're going to clip that up. Later on. Shout out to Ari, man. Shout out to Ari.
I'm with Chuck, though. Ari, the voice of reason. 2026 is different, y'all.
1 million track. I thought that was a 5.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought that was
he was right with everything. 100%.
Yeah. All right. Listen, in the interest of time, we're going to close with my guy Grabba, and then we'll go to the super chats. Grabba, go ahead and unmute your mic.
I'm in the spot.
How are you, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I just want to say before everything, shout out KFTV, man. I was in the spot. It's late tonight, man. It was a zoo in there.
You pulled up to Slate, man. Oh, man, bro. We never met before, right?
We met once. It was years ago, though. This is before I was even Grabba. It was years ago. But
the artist formerly known as Grabba.
Yeah, man. I pulled the Slate, man. It was a zoo in there.
Yo, how was the vibes, man? Were you good? They treated you okay, man?
Yeah, I won a raffle. I won the finals.
You won a
raffle? Yeah, man. It's just the stars. I felt like the stars was aligned. I won the finals hat, man. I felt like the stars was aligned.
Wow. You won the Eastern Conference Finals hat.
Yeah, shout out to bro. I forgot bro name. He was in the table next to me, bought me a drink. Shout out to bro. The whole little area I was in. I was kind of like in the middle.
Yeah.
Like before, like you know, they got the lounge in the front where the screen is. I was like kind of like right behind that in the middle. So I was just vibing.
You had a table.
Nah, I didn't have a table. Bro next to me had a table, and we was just vibing. He brought me a drink and all that. We was just chilling. You feel me?
No doubt.
Yeah, the whole little area I was in was
time,
cool.
man.
Yeah, man, I had a good time, man. I ain't gonna lie, when I think Jalen made that and one in the fourth. I ain't gonna. I had to put my AirPods on. I thought my eardrums was gonna explode, bro. Like it got so loud in there. I'm like, bro, I legit had to put my AirPods in for like 5 minutes and just put on noise cancellation because, bro, my eardrums about to explode. I'm like, nah, it's lit in here right now. Yeah, man. Shout out to KFTV, man. Shout out to the whole watch party yesterday. Even though we didn't get the dub tonight, it was a good vibe.
Yeah.
But on the game, we didn't execute, man. The Spurs, they made the shots that we didn't make tonight. Landry missed 3 wide open threes in the fourth. And that's kind of the ball game, really. If you like, we missed open shots, turnovers. JC stole the ball and then turned it right back over. Got an and one out of that. It's just, it was tough execution, man. But I think we good. I had the room out. I had to put it back in the box. Had to ship that back to Amazon. Had to get that out of here, man. So we good though, man. The Spurs they giving it all they got, man. With the help of the refs, and we still lost by 4 points. So fix some things up, clean some things up, man. Guys just got to hit some shots. I think everybody came out kind of like pressing tonight. I don't know if it was the energy in the building or just all the hoopla of everything, man. But we got to just clean some things up, man. Game 4, we gonna be all right, man. My original take was Knicks in 5, and I'm holding to it, man. Knicks in 5. Shout out KFTV. Shout out to Sleep. Shout out to everybody tonight, man. I'm gonna holler at you. Let's get this.
Let's go. Grabba on the Discord, man. Glad you had a good time at the KFTV watch party, man. Salute. Salute to the rhyme animal, Chuck D. Fells. A $100 super chat. He said, damn, Ari, the voice of reason. Yeah, I thought Ari's call was good.
Crazy. Crazy.
I thought it was good. So shout out to Ari. Al, where are we at on the supers, man?
All right, let's get back to it. Shout out to hold on one second. Let me just make sure I read this one. Shout out to Test with the $5 super chat. Says Wemby needs to be booed at the arena for game 4. WTF is he doing trying to snap Brunson's head? Shout out to Murray. I'm butchering this. My apologies. Amari Ordonez, shout out to you with the $5 super chat. Says, guys, let's face reality. The NBA ref don't want us to win, and channels like yours need to let be know that they try to rob us every game. All right, shout out to Tess with the $2 super chat. Says, don't forget refs tried to rig game 2 too. Shout out to Knicks 100 with the $2 super chat. Says, Spurs with a little help from my friends. Shout out to New York to Pennsylvania with the $2 super chat. Says, gents, did the lack of energy outside mean anything? I don't know. I'm not really like the lack of energy outside. Like I would want,
Wait,
I
say
want
that
fans
again?
to be. He said,
What
did
was
the
the
lack of energy, outside like mean anything? Did it impact in the game in any way?
No, we don't play, and they don't feel that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
we not going to play the game. We're going to watch. You know, all that could have changed if they executed. You know, so I'm just giving you. Everybody just gave you their perspective from what was happening outside, but it had nothing to do with the players. No.
Shout out to Abstract DR with the $2 super chat. Says, reset and sing with me. Whoa, we're we're halfway there. Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah. It's living on
Reclaws. Reclaws? I guess that's how you pronounce it. Shout out to you for a $10 super chat. Says, isn't hand checking a foul in this modern NBA? Spurs abuse Brunson with hand checking when he brings the ball up court. Shout out to
every time.
Mario Adonez again with the $5 super chat. Says, guys, when the other team goes to 10 more times, it takes you out the game because as a team, you feel like you can't touch the other team. True. Shout out to Tess with the $2 super chat. Says, knew the game was a wrap when Castle hit that shot. Shout out to Tess again with the $2 super chat. Says, saw overpassing from Cat today. Need aggression. Shout out to Pudge.
I thought Castle was great tonight, man.
Castle was really good tonight.
I thought
He got it going early, man. Getting downhill, making shots.
Finishing him and Harper. I thought Castle was great tonight, man. He was really good. Really good. Yeah.
That last three really put over the top, but yeah, Castle was really.
I was
him and Wemby, man.
Once he hit that three, I said it was over. It's over. You know. Yeah. Castle was great tonight, man. Go ahead.
Shout out to Tess with $2 super chat. Says, oh no, we got that one already. Shout out to Pudge Fred with the $5 super chat. Says, game 4 is a must win. We don't need to lose both home games. We look scared tonight. You considering game 4 a must win?
No, but I want to see them win a game convincingly against this team. And not just offensively, but defensively. Yeah, it is a must win. You don't want to give this team any more momentum going back home.
Yes.
Because like I said, they could have lost 1 and 2. Yeah, it's a must win.
Thank you. All right.
You know, it's a must win. Now, what I'm saying is, if they lose it, is it all over? No. But for the Knicks to get their psyche back up, yeah, it's a must win. You know?
Yeah, it's all about momentum, man.
Do I trust this team with their backs against the wall? Yes, I do. I do trust this team with their backs against the wall.
I agree with that as well.
Especially with Brunson at the helm. Whether you want to say he was ball hogging, whatever. Okay, watch when their back's against the wall. Who are you going to want taking the shot? So I say when I say it's a tricky balance. Be careful what you wish for. All this equal opportunities of it's nice until it's not working. It's a tricky balance.
And let me say, like, they tried Hart and McCall and everybody else to initiate the offense. But Spurs defense, man, like the perimeter, they were just pressuring everybody. As soon as you crossed half court, they couldn't let anybody pass. That's why they kept giving it back to Brunson. It's like, you're the only guy with the handle. Can you please get us out of this situation?
That is correct.
That was a tough part, man.
Yeah, in a way it is must win. Is it over if they lose? No. Of course not. Never is.
I look at every game as a must win, man. There's no I feel like it's just a very good I feel like it's just a very fun coined phrase to use. Like, is this the one that you have to win? You gotta win it. You gotta win one of these. You gotta win all of these, man. All of them are very important.
Correct. It's a must win because then what was winning in San Antonio for? That's why it's a must win for me. Because then now you just gave the 2 back. So that's why it's a must win for me. Keep that momentum and see what you can do after that.
Facts. Yeah. Absolutely facts. Shout out to Maury Ordonez with the $5 super chat. Says, CP, all respect to you, but you got a voice in the media. None of them have, and you have to call out the rest. If not, we will all see the NBA rob us again. What do you say to that, CP? Or did you
100%.
answer that question?
Yeah. You know, people want us to like file a protest on behalf of the team. I mean, I think they're closer to the league than we are, so I'll let them handle it. You know, this is the NBA Finals, my guys. They got to fight. You have to fight, and part of it is fighting through the subjective nature of what officiating can be. You got to fight, man.
That's the tough part.
Yeah,
certainly the tough part. Why did that thing just crash on? Now I got to find all the. YouTube just crashed on me.
Is there? Okay.
So now I got to pull it back up again.
Oh, I got you. Shout out to Ends. $5 super chat says Wemby turning into a real dirty player. Let's not forget he elbowed Reed. Yeah. Oh, we didn't forget. He got suspended for a game like that. You know. Shout out to Jonathan Calderon once again. Chuck D, Rhyme Animal says grittier defensively when whistles at top of the quarter didn't free us up to get more physical, but we gotta toss some bodies. Now the chess match and the juju was opponents corrupting the flow of things. Shout out to Do Live 9445 $5 super chat. Is pretty sure if Wemby gets another flagrant 2, he gets ejected and suspended next game. Silver won't allow that. That's fair. Shout out to Virtuoso. Salute. Shout out to Young Move Maker. Amari Ordonez 1238 $10 super chat says Jalen getting killed out there. If this continues, he won't survive this series. So if he's not going to get the superstar calls, we screw up. CP, we need you to speak up. So everybody wants me to be like an advocate. That the politics is like
it's in the air.
Now they want me to be a lobbyist. I need to be the referee lobbyist here on behalf of the Knicks. So I'll work on that over the summer. I'll work on that.
Isn't that why you started KFTV, to be a NBA lobbyist?
Exactly what.
That's what they need me to be. I need to lobby on Capitol Hill. Or
I saw you put on the full suit for when you went on national TV, man. You could put on the full suit and be a lobbyist.
Nah, I throw on the half suit, man. Well, when I did the Good Day thing at Slate, yeah, I did put on the full one. So now I need to be a lobbyist for the not Capitol Hill, the NBA league offices out there in Park on Fifth Avenue.
Hey, you're not too far, man. At least you don't got to go down to DC. You're right here in New York.
Yes. So I gotta be a lobbyist now on behalf of the Knicks, man.
All right, so get to it.
Hey, whatever.
Yeah, man.
Whatever it takes.
Adam Silver was there. You were in the building with Adam Silver.
Yeah.
Go talk to him.
Do it just to get there. I didn't see sources. So was sources in the building tonight? Can anybody confirm? I didn't see sources tonight, man. You know?
They didn't show us on TV, so I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Did they show Mamdani on TV? Was he on TV?
I don't even remember seeing him on TV.
Honestly, yeah, I don't remember them showing him on TV either. Now that you're talking about it, nah.
Nah, he was in the cut of all cuts.
Yeah.
He was in the cut of all cuts. I
believe that.
When I read it, I said, "Oh, whoa, damn! I wouldn't want your job, buddy." Yeah, that's what I said. Damn, my man was surrounded in like this little like the corner of all corners of MSG. I said, "Damn," but yeah, that's how he likes it. So all right, I said, "All right, no doubt, man." But yeah, I didn't see sources either, man. I didn't see sources. Sources, were you in the building tonight? Let us know, man. Send us a signal or something. Let us know, man. All right, where else we at, Al? We're at
shout out to Ira from the Bronx with the $10 super chat. Says generally the default mammalian response when one feels like they don't have control of an outcome is to give up mentally. I only hope we don't let that sentiment creep in with Wemby in the middle. Shout out to King David with the $10 super chat. Says an accountability game is on the way. These guys have shown us who they are multiple times during this run. Larry O is coming to the city regardless. Regroup. Shout out to Amari Ordonez with the $5 super chat. Says, why do we preserve when the Spurs get all the calls? That's unfair to our guys. Or persevere, I mean. Sorry. Why do we need to persevere when the Spurs get all the calls? That's unfair to our guys. Sorry. Shout out to Steven Santiago with the $5 super chat. Says, I was in attendance. Crowd was great. Just felt off. Not all on refs. Knicks had chances. Could not get over the hump. OG JC were good. Hart shot decently. Shout out to
Spain, Victor in Spain, man. Salute to Victor in Spain, man.
Shout out to Victor, man. Shout out to Ira from the Bronx again with the $10 super chat. Says, I had to watch this game from stupid Cleveland. Every guy here looks like a relief pitcher from 1996. By the way, why would you ever name your team the Spurs? It's like naming your team the Shoelaces.
Shout out to Ira. Shout out
One
to
of one.
Shout out to Ira, man.
Oh man! Shout out to Steven Santiago with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to Chuck D once again, man. Throw a hashtag P in the chat. Says it's called killing the party. Texas voted for the guy that killed the party who infiltrated our vibe. Shout out to Rack City with the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Shout out to Darren the Wanderer with the $5 super chat. Says I like to give a shout out to CP for your video a while back on Mason giving my grandpa Fuzzy his roses for discovering him. This finals is for him.
Yeah, that was former Knicks GM Fuzzy Levain. Yo, shout out to him, man. I did that Mason documentary a long time ago. I got to start doing more of those. That was very special to me. And it's very funny. So Fuzzy Levain was a GM at the time that discovered Mason. And when Starks came in as well. And he was the GM of the Knicks at the time. So this is Fuzzy Levain's grandson that's tapping in. But how about this for serendipity? On the way out of the Garden tonight, I run into a KFTV fan, and he's wearing what I love about Knicks fans is everybody rocks their like vintage gear. It's kind of like Giants fans as well. Everybody has like their original vintage gear. So this guy had like a vintage shooting shirt. And it was like this white one with like, orange, blue and all that. I'd never seen it before. And I saw a signature on it. I was like, who signed it? Who signed the shooting shirt, Alex and CK?
Mason?
Anthony Mason. One of the last people I saw leaving the building tonight.
Crazy.
Took a picture with him and his homie, the KFTV fans. Shooting shirt and hat was like something I never seen before. Original Anthony Mason signature on the shooting shirt.
Nice, man. That's sick.
Oh, that's crazy. Crazy,
bro. Crazy. Yeah. Yep. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Fuzzy Levain as well, man. Rest in peace, for sure. Absolutely.
Shout out to Gerson Rodriguez with the $10 super chat. Says Kane and Abel story tonight. Please stop calling Cap potential MVP so we can go back to winning the next game. Please say that Jalen is MVP the next 48 hours. We will be fine. Shout out to Soul Goddess with the $2 super chat. And then shout out to King Losky with the $2 super chat. Appreciate you as well. Shout out to Soul Goddess with the $10 super chat. Says we just got to take the open shots instead of letting them set their defense. If you miss, it's fine. We miss the shots we don't take, and we're taking them, allowing the Spurs to set their defense.
There you go, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, great show, man. Very late here on the East Coast. Back at it on Wednesday. We'll be back late Tuesday for the debrief. Al, CK, great show. Like, share, subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang. Remember that these shows are available in audio podcast format, so no reason to miss it. You can catch us on all podcast formats. And yeah, man, we'll take a day to stew over this one and get back to the drawing board on the number one show for the fans, by the fans. We out of here, man. Great show, fellas. Peace.